feel has marginalized their lot.
Every other facility that you see here in Fonyi was ushered in by Jame. That's the honest truth. Me personally as a Fonyinka, I have not set my eyes on anything that has been brought in by the Barrow-led administration. Our people have been marginalized. We've been put aside. We've not been treated as Gambians. In fact, they see this place as a hotspot, which is not even true.
Fonyi's frustration with the government has been fueled by last Friday's attempt at an apology by Barrow's departing special advisor, Mai Fati, for actions taken while serving as Barrow's first interior minister.
I hereby unreservedly apologize to the people of Fonyi for any unfortunate experience they may have encountered during those volatile periods on my own behalf and that of my operatives at the time. The apology repeated here was first made during my maiden appearance at the National Assembly in 2017.
Our correspondent has crisscrossed the Fonyis, gauging reaction to Mai Fati's olive branch, and it seems no one is as yet ready to forgive or forget.
These are the people who make Fonyikas to hate Adama Barrow. Because if at all Adama Barrow did what those few presidents did, he will enjoy. You see, now they are apologizing. Maybe he wants something from Fonyikas. He will not get it. He will not get it from the... I'm a politician. But for Mai Fati, we are not forgiving him. And we will never forgive him.
And the diplomatic passport row continues. Mama Kande's Gambia Democratic Congress will consider changing the color of the diplomatic passport as a first step to ending abuse of the country's most prized travel document. We'll hear from the GDC's press secretary. It's Tuesday morning. It's coffee time with Peter Gomez. We're live on West Coast Radio 92.1 in the Gambia, courtesy of AfriCell. The question continues. Good morning, Peter. When are the two Ibrahimas coming back to the program? And this is coming from Barrow. I'm sure it's not the president. Anyway, I was in conversation with Ibrahima Sankare, the government spokesman, just yesterday, and he's due back in the Gambia next Tuesday. But I don't think he would immediately come to the program. So maybe one more week without the two Ibrahimas before we get them both back on the show. Right, let's start with today's newspaper front pages. Yankuba Toure's murder trial tops Foroya this morning. Its headline, Police Inspector testifies in Yankuba Toure's murder trial. The TRRC hearing on sexual and gender-based violence, Foroya says, commences with horrific testimonies. 3 lives lost at sea, Foroya declares, referring to the boat accident in Gunjur at the weekend. And Kalama revolutionist alleges rape by paramilitary, the other headline of Foroya. Pick up the Standard, and a bespectacled Yankuba Baji stares at you from its front page, and that's because the ex-director of the notorious NIA counters junglers on Durcham's killing, according to the Standard. The commencement of Yankuba Toure's murder trial, the acrimony between former Vice President Fatoumata Tambajang and Foreign Minister Tangara on one hand, and UDP leader Ousainou Darboe on the other hand, and the sensational story of how Barrow ran to hide in Darboe's house to escape soldiers are all briefly mentioned on the Standard's front page. And moving on to the point, which leads on the weekend tragedy in Gunjur. Movie shooting claims 3 lives at sea, 5 others hospitalized, is how the point summarizes it. On the TRRC hearings, the point quotes a witness telling the commission, paramilitary stamped on my private part. A witness has told the High Court that Yankuba Toure's rights were never violated, and the point has made it a headline. Also, the EU's recommendation of an increase in the number of female National Assembly members has made it to the Point's front page. And for its editorial, the Point tries to draw attention to the declining fortunes of Gambian football. Oh dear. And that was a quick run through the front pages of some of today's newspapers. It's coffee time on West Coast Radio with me, Peter Gomez. Our program on Tuesdays is proudly sponsored by AfriCell, the Gambia's biggest GSM operator. It's 8:08. Last Friday, Adama Barrow's close confidant, Maifati, called a press conference to announce that he was giving up his job as special advisor to the president. He used that meeting with the press to try to reach out to a region of the country where the consequences of his actions while he was interior minister still rankle.
Let me also use this occasion to address the long-standing issue of Fonyi. Immediately following the impasse, the area that posed serious internal security threat, based on intelligence information available to me at the time, was Fonyi. This was quite understandable because it was the most formidable stronghold of the former president, with staunch revulsion against the new government. The priority of the government at the time was to establish its authority all over the country, restore stability, law and order, and as a security minister, I had to make sure this was achieved. And I would not permit any part of the Gambia or any area of Gambian soil to be a law unto itself. Few areas that exhibited signs of civil disobedience at the time, at that volatile period, were quickly pacified, but Fonyi presented a persistent challenge. With the approval of the president, I ordered the deployment of additional intelligence assets to the area with a view to containing the threat. I also ordered a temporary deployment of armed police units to quell multiple disturbances raging in different areas of Fonyi, including Kadilai. Remember, barely 3 kilometers away from the border are rebel camps. Barely 2 kilometers away from the border, we have rebel camps. And with our porous borders, an easy movement of people, it was almost impossible to differentiate a normal person from a rebel who often moved about in civilian clothes. The protection of the state and our new citizens was so vital that we could not afford to take chances. I also visited Fonyi a few times as minister during those sensitive and volatile periods against security advice, because I believed it was necessary to directly engage the communities if we were serious about reconciliation and pacification. Let me point out certain facts. Some young persons as young as 14 and 15 were arrested while participating at civil disturbances and detained. This very fact was unknown to me at the time. When it was brought to my attention by the Honorable Fabakary Tombong Jatta and verified by my operatives, I immediately ordered for their processing and release from detention, or were charged before the courts without delay. I maintained an informal line of communication with the Honorable Fabakary Jatta, who appeared at the time to be the liaison. And two, the death of Haruna Jatta on the 3rd of June 2017 was unfortunate and deeply regrettable. Without prejudice to the principle of collective responsibility in cabinet, security operatives under my ministry were not involved in circumstances that resulted to the unfortunate consequence. The armed force belonged to the Ministry of Defense and not the Ministry of Interior. So those soldiers were not under my ministry or subject to my control and supervision at the time. My ministry got involved after the incident to contain the crisis and to restore law and order in the area. This will always invariably involve some arrest, detention and prosecution of those suspected of crimes. And now to the famous traditional weapons, referred to in my speech on the fateful night. Remember, I was in Monrovia attending an ECOWAS conference, and I cut short my trip to return home that same day and was briefed that evening. The information I shared with the nation on television about the crisis was intelligence provided to me by relevant institutions, and I had no reasons or other means at the time to disbelieve Joint Service Intelligence brief of the state. An unlawful demand for the total withdrawal of security forces from Fonyi, accompanied by riotous conduct at the time, was provocative. With hindsight, I do believe we could have better handled the situation in spite of the complex security circumstances at the time. For this reason, I hereby unreservedly apologize to the people of Fonyi for any unfortunate experience they may have encountered during those volatile periods on my own behalf and that of my operatives at the time. The apology repeated here was first made during my maiden appearance at the National Assembly in 2017.
So he's admitted his mistake and he's publicly apologized, not for the first time, he claims. But how do Fonyinkers react to Mai's latest show of remorse? Our senior reporter, Alaji Koli, spent the whole of the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, traveling around the Fonyis to gauge response. Let's follow him around.
I am here in Bajagar, Fonyi Bintang Karanai, to speak to the people of Fonyi. And I am sitting with a gentleman in his home here. Here is Alkali Kunda in Bajagar.
I am Sadibu Baji. I'm a native of this village, Bajagar.
Sadibu, so you are permanently residing in Bajagar here?
Not actually. I'm resident in the Combos, but momentarily I'm here based in the Fonyis.
Sadibu, I'm sure you have heard the press conference organized by Mai Fati, the former interior minister, when the new government came, that was Yahya Jammeh's regime. Now, Mai Fati made a confession as to some of the things that he levied to the people of Fonyi, and part of it he did say an unlawful demand for the total withdrawal of security forces from Fonyi, accompanied by riotous conduct at the time, was provocative. With hindsight, I do believe we could have better than we did, in spite of the complex security circumstance at the time. For this reason, I hereby unreservedly apologize to the people of Fonyi for any unfortunate experience they might have encountered during those volatile periods. Now, Mr. Baji, this is a confession made by Mai, but part of his decision that he made in Fonyi, how does that decision affect you, the people of Fonyi?
Well, I've digested all what he said in his yesterday's press conference. And in fact, I'm doubting the timing of his apology. To me, should have gently apologized when he was in office during his time as interior minister, but he had to wait until his resignation for the second time after manhandling another very sensitive portfolio, which happens to be an advisory role at the special one, for that matter, at the office of the president. And after tendering his resignation, he has to convene a press conference in which he had to apologize to the people of Fonyi. I've gone over his speeches, and I was of mixed feeling anyway, but the timing of his apology doubts me so much.
Part of the decision that he made, how does that affect you, the people of Fonyi, at a time when he was the Minister of Interior?
He actually got it all blundered. To be honest with you, he blundered full time, because taking into consideration some of the things that happened in those days here in Fonyi, it was quite unfortunate, and Mai has been very, very heavy-handed on us. The injustices, the killings, the oppressions, the curfews, all sorts of injustices that were levied on our people. It was just unfortunate of Mai. And I think Fonyi has been marginalized. They have labeled all forms of injustices on us. But thank God, by time we are getting over all these things. But him coming at a time when he is no longer within the corridors of power and being apologetic to us, I think that alone is not enough. Three separate occasions happened in the Fonyis. One was a shooting incident in Kanilai, in which led to the death of Aruna Jatta. One happened to be a fracas between political opponents of the UDP and the APRC here in Sibano. The other incident happened at the Campena Johnson that bends into Kanilai, where our people were unfairly picked up and jailed without any reason, whilst other opponents whom they fought against were left to go scot-free. So to me it was quite unfortunate of Mai, and they've been very biased in the way that they've been operating when the interior minister was under Mai's purview.
Now that he has put up a confession, what next for the people of Fonyi as far as his confession is concerned? What will the people of Fonyi do?
that depends on who you ask. Left to me alone, I'm still doubting the timing of his apology. But to err is human, forgive is divine. So, as good Muslims and good Christians, personally, I need to think over. Anyway, I need to ponder over his apology. Yes, as politicians, one might argue maybe, let's say he's just doing it for political reasons. Maybe his apology was politically motivated. Who knows? True or false, this is politics anyway. It's very deceptive at times.
So, but what do you think now the people of Fonyi should do now that he confessed his crimes, that he meted the people of Fonyi?
The people of Fonyi, ever since Jawara's time, if you know the political history of the Gambia, have been the most law-abiding people. There is absolutely no problem here in the Fonyi, from the First Republic to the Second Republic to the Third Republic. But since the inception of the Barrow-led administration, what made the people of Fonyi dislike this administration the most was the injustices meted on our people. Every other time that a problem happens, it is the people of Fonyi that have been marginalized, the people of Fonyi that have been punished and penalized. So very, very unjust in the way that they were operating. But it's politics anyway. Fonyi happens to be an APRC stronghold. That's not important. What is more important to us is, in the end, we are all Gambians. We should we should be treated the same way that each and every other Gambian is being treated, or any other region has been treated. I mean, things are just mixed up anyway, because just of recent we've had the TRS's deputy vice chair who has been making some tribal sentiments against our people. You see, the other one is apologizing, the other one is infuriating people. And just of recent, the vice president, someone occupying the second most important office or highest office in the country, happens to make such derogatory and unfounded allegations against our people that we were enjoying free rice and free electricity supply in Fonyi. In fact, I'm working on collecting some of these cash power receipts as material evidences to counter her claim. If you've been watching me on Facebook or following me on Facebook, I've been very lethal towards the vice president's on unfortunate statement that he made.
Was that statement true?
Very wrong, 100% wrong. It's not even true. It's not even true, because Fonyi was first electrified in 2012. Since then, just imagine from 2012, before Jammeh vacated on the, I think, 21st of January 2017. How can a region as big as Fonyi, with a population of more than 40,000 people, be privileged to free electricity and free rice supplies? It's totally false. Totally false and very unfortunate of the vice president, who happens to be, she has been very divisive anyway. Her comments has raged some of us natives of Fonyi, and we will counter her when time is right for us with material evidences.
But how has the presence of the foreign forces in Fonyi prevented the people of Fonyi?
The people have been terrorized, if you ask me. You know, these people have been moving here and here and there. At times, you never know what they are about to do or what they are up to. They've been moving all around in the Fonyis with heavy weaponry, and people have been terrified, to be very honest with you, and not only been terrified, they've been brutalizing our people. They've not been fair to our people. All forms of brutalization have been meted on our people, of which I don't expect of a peacekeeping force. Someone who is here to instill peace must maintain that peace. But if you happen to be heavy-handed on the people that you are expected to safeguard their peace and integrity, I think that says a lot of these people. And secondly, we've seen over and over. In fact, they have gone out of their mandate. Here in the Fonyi, they are, as I'm speaking, they are up to nothing except forfeiting people's woodlots. Every day that you know, they have been forfeiting here people's woodlots. They have been, they've been very lethal to us. They have been, they are not doing their job anyway here in the Fonyi. And Fonyi happens to be one of the most, now imagine, since the militarization of Fonyi, what unfortunate, what other thing that one would say is a hindrance to national security had happened. Fonyi happens to be one of the most peaceful regions here in the Gambia. So,
I said that the people of Fonyi has been so resistant, you know, when the new government came. You know, what were some of those resistance, if you know?
I think he should dissect it. To say people of Fonyi have been too resistant to change is another unfortunate sentiment that have been made by Mike himself. That is totally false. It's not true. It's not true. It's just that Fonyi happens to be the place where the ex-president Yahya Jammeh happens to come from. This is why they've been very unfair to us, falsely labeling us as people who are resistant to change. We are not resistant to change. We remain the same people that you know. There was this Jawara came and go, Yahya Jammeh came and go. We are of the belief that there come a day this government will also vacate the office. So when someone makes such statements, I don't know what must have succumb to, but it's totally not true. We are not resistant to change. We know that change is bound to happen. It's today, tomorrow, and day after tomorrow.
But as a young man, you know, I mean, so far since this government came, did the people of Fonyi benefit from any project?
Every other facility that you see here in Fonyi was ushered in by Yahya Jammeh. That's the honest truth. Me personally, as a Fonyinka, I have not set my eyes on anything that has been brought in by the Barrow-led administration. I think it just trickles down to this issue of marginalization. Our people have been marginalized. We've been packed aside. We've not been treated as Gambians. In fact, they see this place as a hotspot, which is not even true. So they are giving us the wrong picture anyway. We are just been wrongly interpreted. But to be honest and to be frank, Fonyi people happen to be the most accommodative people throughout this region. It's not the reason that I'm from Fonyi that is why I'm saying this. We are the most accommodative people in this region.
Is there any other information, you know, that you know and you are willing to share with us?
This is just to send a message, to the Barrow-led administration. Yes. First and foremost, I am calling on them to be very, very just to us. Let them treat us as Gambians. Let them see Fonyi as the way they see other regions. Let them preach peace and unity. Let them not bring in divisive things or comments that will further defeat the reconciliation process and the healing process of this government. The way things are emanating from the highest offices, I think, is quite unfortunate, very unfortunate, and very divisive. Let them see Fonyi as a region part of the Gambia and treat them equally as other citizens of this country.
Mr. Baji, thank you so very much for your time.
You are most welcome, sir.
And that was Sadibu Baji. And we'll return to the Fonyis to rejoin Alaji Koli in Bajagar, where he stands by with the village Alkalo Duta Baji. This is West Coast Radio 92.1, coming to you live from the Gambia with Coffee Time with Peter Gomez. The program comes courtesy of AfriCell.
Mobile bufikena yomba, AfriCell Afrifuna, mobile bufikena banak, AfriCell Afrifuna, cheapest spoon in the market, AfriCell Afrifuna, I'm wireless FM radio, AfriCell Afrifuna.
You're listening to Coffee Time with Peter Gomez, coming to you live from West Coast Radio 92.1. It's just gone 29 minutes after 8 o'clock. Our program is not entirely studio-based this morning. I'm here in Kotu, our studio headquarters, all right. But Alaji is out there in the Fonyis. The last time we heard from him, he was in the village of Bajagar. Is that where you still are, Alaji?
I am still in Bajagar here, and standing with me is the Alcalo of Bajagar village. And there's a gentleman that I talked to, that is Sadibu Baji, who will help me to translate him. He can only speak Jola. My Fati has made a confession as to when he was the Minister of Interior, the conditions that he put the people of Fonyi through, in terms of detentions and arrest. What is your reaction now that Mai has confessed his crimes?
Kabongre kamay fatare gunya meti Fonyi kodun namana gornya bayri kanya alkali kan aneti Fonyi akon onya nalitel tem kana burom toke bu kon kuranta nalitene bari panel may fat namana kila fa manja mir ko waf nalitel nabile lo kabonkat mo nek yamna malagende kurinya ake parag bonal tene mena mante palitu kana tu mante letu kana tu bayri mo fam kana ku juma jum enye se député ko gaba akon na win uju ya sedna to mun bile foke a warin kana foka bar on jama jonya EPRC député pop opuna kana ko ne député poni ko nya Fonyi yolele kamé ora kalju pa ko ena me koko bar akena yo metko monare go yisir kan to nya da akila bar lu kan yo mamir ko kamanta kamé ora ke Fonyi kaju pe summun di may fa na boka di ka kamman Fonyi e me or le ton ma EPRC kamé me or le to ma UDP kamman me or pare Fonyi e me o nyeti si parti o su kabrin meta president ko president lati wa famuno kan mo Fonyi teñi fofo yoni ko député hanne fiken nan pare nga kom nalolo ni ku ya Fonyi pa non ke ku député nyaayo kanka wafra kanka yo kan abe ya abe law Fonyi no ke nja Fonyi ato jamo ya tajabi folo nyeti ku e may fate oto bi ya be law me Fonyi dunia mansa man jit ay gembe kan tan mansa bar kanja lega mangora modaga ma hanne amman sawdi ko nyaawal bajundo bu gala bolan rego ma pa may fati ma teb melo acca fa na may met ko waaf na ma be law Fonyi ka bonke o tam la binya la ka boyin ka Fonyi nkel kan tal kali na ma jenya jasikun fuma foka mi to nyaay to mawri ngati jeer pa sinan di fumbom uri ngati jeer le sinan di fumbom par bu ñesu fam vande Fonyi tay may fati ngi matol ñu no fulane ko ñaa may fati ngi na seek bala bi mbala kanu no li ma mekama anine man ko ñaa may fati bar hani jaat en jaa lo adabo di manjuma mok mom ni jabli ko ne indama ba di fam di likale bo telma.
Yes, all he's been saying is he welcomed your interview and gauging his reaction. He is narrating a scene that happened in Sibanor when my Fati came there. He also said that the people of Fonyi were ill-treated by my Fati. It depends on whom you ask before, because my Fati once came to Sibanor when there was a problem between the APRC and the UDP guys. And following the election defeat of the UDP candidate, who happens to be Mr. Jawate, and the APRC candidate happens to be the winner, Modu Kamara. Following that problem, my party came to resolve the problem, but instead of dialoguing with the people to strike a deal, a peaceful resolution to the problem. In fact, he reignited people's temper, because in the midst of all the alcalos and other people who are invited to come and attend that meeting, my party categorically made it clear that the defeated MP for the UDP will be nominated as another to be part of the MPs at the National Assembly, which also arose some mixed feelings amongst the people that were there, including the APRC and UDP guys who were there, and the UDP guys were also jubilant. So most of them were clapping upon hearing that their defeated candidate will be part of the National Assembly. But he also welcomed you to Fonyi, and he is one in many alcalos that you will be talking to. if you ask him, he will tell you that my party was part of the people that brought about this misunderstanding within the people of Fonyi. But him coming out plainly to apologize, well, as for him, he is just one person, and he would welcome it. But then, the more you stretch the length and breadth of Fonyi, the more mixed reactions you get from people, most especially the Alcalos. But as far as they are political, to give him his personal reaction towards my party's apology, anyway, he would condone it. But then my party has messed up things here in the Fonyi full time.
I now want to know, what is his reaction as to the presence of ECOMIC? How is the presence of the foreign forces affected the people of Fonyi?
Ano ane disiwo nreswali wanja ekoma kuma kubi ya kulite bukanako. Ake no dike munjati no ne kulite ni leten parce que ECOMIC na kubi mi tata to kwa no fukina fole kebin tonko mbe tonko. Ku sojar cap yo kam wati gele sikrim sababa si karangoto yo ku pala ko kala he ku wudu ko na aw ku yamma ko bonu baji babe neno ñon mom ko alnore e jamuto waaf bar han be jaat anaw di parasel nislu jo cieng pour manji bokku bi meno bar ni cedi ko na di ko ma ko ne ku cieng ci ngilam far bu be yom kerno bu be yom neno fa mu soti jammo amure na alkala ngilam far fa nga abbi me cieng le bay neno jaaw la tu jow am nan pu jabe man ko man me aw alikal fang wala be yo nga ko fan ku dante ne mun jaami ni manji bu ko non baabe no kana ko kalamata ana jeri bulel ko la ko yeli karan mun jowtu rante ko fan ko fa du ko du pombondi ko ne mo kan ko mission ko ne bar ko bilti be ka galen am ana be karanga jobe bulel ko jow ku lel ne ham panjire gu mo le ko man ka wate la ku bibi ku purum baale ku lañu mi ku sabaten biam ba nanon ku bi mi be mission den ku ngomo ba be suke foku bi ku dante o mi fa ne mi suke ha bu ko le ku bibi re pour ka ngomo mo fam pour tenku ngay an tenku en ko bi nya yoni ku mesko woto an ta ku bu li be jow ban ba ta ku ka fa wan wa sirso di luway to ka ju pe ko me ro kamantan o ja ko to be ka waf par masagan anon di business du le nerje meno kiche ko rege man ku gale meno ko mena kiche man ku la ko nyamo mo be nya ko nya bu gal fam ko so katibe ku boere bu ku bota bu ku boere mi re sembati nya ku gal ne galem kana yo e katu ya tiba ku boere yeti ngoni bokadu afu jela ko kan ya chen ku ya ko po ku isili ku rege wa kam man ku kam moko ba le ten ma ta nu joku mi man ku kana wa fon man jene otenye fo e jame kone du le ngol nu rego yo fo aw mat parce que mo tenye mi ke mo nu jame mu bi mu kam ke ni le ba ngoni sata mo an fo lo fo jaat ngol nu kalamta be se na kan ga kam batanga bol bu bod akama na ke fu furato ba tu on jama e ko mo kare tuma ake fa kan ka wa ma e ko mo la nyin mo
okay
sanka am woni man fofu mo to freme bo kala fo ko wara ku ngale ko setan
all what he's saying is that he's wrapped up his speech. He's telling you that when ECOMIC forces first entered Fonyi, he was among the first village heads that had a meeting with these ECOMIC guys. Bajagar, which happens to be the village of his under his purview, was amongst the first villages that ECOMIC stationed a base here, just behind our compound here. There was this widespread rumors that these people have come to this place to probably or perhaps launch an attack against an opponent. But upon him meeting those guys to ask them of what their mission happens to be here in the Fonyis, he was made to understand that they were here to instill peace. people were terrorized in those days. Women could not go and fetch firewood. School-going kids could not go to school because they all felt terrorized. So that was what warranted him, together with his, a compatriot, an alcalo from the other village called Jilanfari. They dispatched him, and the alcalo happened to meet these Ecomo guys, and the Ecomo guys were able to convince them as to why they are here in the Fonies. But then if you ask him, as at now, things have calmed with regards to this people's ill feelings about these economic guys. Only for the wood loggers, because over and over he has been hearing about reports that some of these wood loggers have had their wood logs confiscated, seized, and taken to Biam, which happens to be the base of a comic. But if you happen to ask him as an alcalo as at now, he will tell you that the fear of these guys that came into that occupied Foni has dwindled. But if you happen to ask the wood loggers, they will tell you a different story, because they are the ones facing as at now, they are the ones facing these frequent problems between them and the economic guys.
Okay.
Yes.
I just want to know, now that Mai has confessed, what next for the people of Foni?
Okay. One again more. Ubi ya be change. Matenyi area ma ba wa fa kulikala burom ni regre mutko. Alikala chona ta ko ko ma fa ka ku da ko ba nyam ni ngoni regnya waji sofe. Allah abi me lawe. O kan ya muslimen. Allah jawaf. O mawtan ya ay man daw ko. Ba Allah ya ka bonkat. Ni su ya fo ka bonkat. Marno wo mu fuki wonya MT yebe man ba Allah ya ka bonkat. Ni su ya fo ka bonkat. He's saying that would sound strange to him, unless if Maifati is able to come to the Fonies as he did the last time, to convene a meeting with the alcalos and send an apology or made a confession in their presence. But as he said, it depends on the alcalo in which you interview. To other alcalos, Maifati was good. If you ask others, they will say, no, he has been doing blunders. So if only he comes down to the Fonies and convene a meeting, so that in the midst of alcalos, so that they can hear from him making those confessions or an apology, sort of.
Okay. Thank you so very much, Alcalo Duta Baji of Bajagar village. And the gentleman is helping me in translation as to what he said in Jola. Thank you so much.
And according to the small piece of paper in front of me, Alaji's next stop is Kanfenda. So to give him time to complete the transition, let's bring on our sponsor once again. It's Coffee Time with Peter Gomez. We're live on West Coast Radio 92.1, courtesy of Africa. Our time is almost 8:43 here, and the program is Coffee Time with Peter Gomez. We're live on West Coast Radio, and this morning the program is coming mostly from the Fonies, where Alhaji Koli is gauging reaction to Maifati's apology on Friday to the people of Foni for the consequences of some of the actions he took as Minister of Interior just after Barrow came to power. The last time we heard from Alaji, he spoke to us from Bajagar. Alaji, where are you now?
From Bajagar, I am now here in Kamfena, where Maifati, when he was the Minister of Interior, over dozens of people were arrested in Kamfena who had a clash between the people who went to attend the 2017 independence on their way home. And I am here with Lamin Manga. I met him in his farmland.
Thank you very much. My name is Lamin Manga. I am from Kamfenda, Mangakunda.
Okay.
Yeah.
Manga, what are you doing?
I'm just spraying my melon. Yeah.
It is how many months old now?
It's almost almost coming 2 to 3 months now.
So you are a farmer?
I'm a farmer. Yes.
Okay. Yes. My purpose of coming here is the former Minister of Interior, my Ahmed Fati, who happens to be the first Interior Minister when the new government came. This is a man, during his time, the people of Cape had a problem with these people who went to attend independence on their way home. And I am made to understand that, you were part of the people who were arrested. My Fati had a press conference and he has confessed what he did to the people of Fonyi. But part of the decisions that he made at the time when he was the Minister of Interior, how does that affect you?
Thank you very much, Mr. Koli, for meeting me here and asking me about our problem between the Fonyi, because I will talk between Fonyi and my Fati. I'm not going to talk about Kamfenda and my Fati, because I'm a citizen of Fonyi and I'm staying in Fonyi here. I'm a politician. I am a staff of agriculture where I am. I'm working on the agriculture. So when these people were passing here, the people on board the bus, some were hungry. They asked the driver to stop for them to buy something to eat. So when the driver stopped, these ladies take their plates and then enter inside the bus, start selling. Some were insulting them. They even calm down. Some people were splitting, were beating others. You see? So that's the time our people also came to them and then asking them in front of the police. So they were telling them, what is this? You see? They all jump all over from the vehicle and then attack the people on the ground. That is that is where they started fighting. But they themselves, they are the people who caused the fighting. So me, I was not even here. I was on trek. So they have arrested the wife of my younger brother. My cousins calls me and tell me that, Baba, hey, Yembama arrested. I say, why? She narrated this story to me. I climb up on my bicycle rider, fat to Kamfenda. When I stopped, they said, you are alarming? I said, yes. They said, join us. I said, why? How can I join you? They said, join us. If we reach at Boyam, we will tell you why we ask you to join us. I said, fine. I wanted to insist, but one of my brothers told me, no, don't insist. Let's go. So we went like that to Boyam. From Boyam, they took us to Sibano. From Sibano, straight to Brikama, to Mile 2, where we spent about 8 days in Mile 2. Me. And I was very, very sick. If some people were saying that I am even dead in the prisons until we went to Brikama to conduct our court. From there, they said they have dismissed our case. So that is where we are free. But for my Fati came to Fonyi Sibanor and then insult the whole Fonyi, saying words which you know. My Fati cannot even come to Fonyi and then apologize to the Fonyikas. I know. Because we, Yaya Jammeh say Fonyinka, to be candid. And we cannot say no to Yaya Jammeh. Fonyi never say no to a president. Our first president was Jawara. But Jawara, if Jawara comes to Fonyi, he knows how the people of Fonyi act on Jawara. Yaya Jammeh came, the same thing. Adama Barrow came. When Adama Barrow came, these are the people who make Fonyikas to hate Adama Barrow. Because if at all Adama Barrow did what those few presidents did, he will enjoy. He will enjoy. But this is what they want. You see, now they are apologizing. Maybe he wants something from Fonyikas. He will not get it. I'm telling you right clear. He will not get it from the... I'm a politician. But for my party, We are not forgiving him, and we will never forgive him.
Going through some of the things that you said, you were taken to prison for over 8 days and you were sick. How does this affect your health?
Even now, if I sit and think of me being in mile 2, even to eat food is a problem to me. Because 5 to 6 days, even to drink water is a problem to me. That is why I am praying. Even my enemy, I am praying. I'm praying for him not to go to the mile 2. Even my enemy, because I have experienced mile 2, and I know what is there.
And a crime you have not committed.
And an innocent person like me have been taken to mile 2. If I think of it, no, it burns me.
But now that he has confessed of his crimes, that he murdered the people of Fonyi, what next? Especially for you who has been sent to jail for a crime that you know nothing about. What next?
Because I have no power to do something to my party.
But if you have the power.
But if I have the power, my party has to face this consequence.
How?
Okay. My party has to stand and explain why he did that to us. Yes, because he has confessed that he is the one who caused all this. He has to stand and then tell us why he did that. Yes, but we will never forgive him. Even he stands here and confesses in front of us, we will never forgive him. We will never forgive him. Whatever Yaya Jammeh did in this Fonyi, we didn't send Yaya Jammeh. The Fonyikas didn't send Yaya Jammeh. The Fonyikas didn't teach Yaya Jammeh. They didn't tell him, Yaya Jammeh, go and do this, go and do that, did this to this party. We just follow Yaya Jammeh as a president. This is the way we want to follow Barrow. This is why this man doesn't want us to follow Barrow, and we will never follow him. How are we going to follow him? Somebody who doesn't like you. This is why we, the Fonyikas, we are stretched back.
Were you people maltreated when you people were arrested?
Of course. How? Because insult, even food.
Insult coming from where?
Both sides. When we have been taken to mile 2 on our way going, sometimes the vehicle will run step by step, and people will come out insulting. Ali Joe Kuntu, Ali Sele, Ali Keteng, Fonyinkol Mankulu. These are the words they were telling us.
In English?
In English, we are rude. Let them our mothers. Let them do many words, foul words. They were using many foul words to us.
And does that affect you morally?
Exactly. We will never forget it. We will never forget it. Yes.
But how about the presence of these foreign soldiers in Fonyi? How has it prevented you people from doing any other thing?
Never. Never. Because could you imagine, you starting from Basse to Banjul, where have we seen these soldiers? Except Fonyi. Fonyi and the Combos. And then Fonyi is Kansala. It's only Kansala. Before, we want to fight them because they were at Kanila killing our animals and then eat them free. Like if my cattle enter in that camp, if I'm going there to bring them home, they will tell me that we will kill you if you don't go, and they will shoot my cow in front of me, and then kill it.
That's all happened.
That's all happened in Fonyi here. We went to the CEO of Kanilai, that's Kurubali. We went to him. We told him that we and I, the 2 councillors, and the district chairman, and the MP too. We went to the CEO. We told him that we want to see the commander of the ECOWAS in Fonyi. He asked us, what is the problem? We explained everything to him. He said, yes, it's true. Because these people, they even patrol up here, where we are, the Gambian soldiers. Is that right? He said, no. He said, but I want you people to leave this issue on me. I will address this issue. Yes. One boy from Bujiling was been beaten there, very serious, called Motafe.
By the economic?
By the economic. He has been beaten there, very serious, because they slaughtered his cow there. He went and found them there with the cow. He asked them, they started beating him, which is not correct. The foreign people will come to the Gambia here and then maltreat our people. It's because of Adama Barrow and my party. This is why we'll never forget this case. We will never forget it until the end of our life.
So when the case was dismissed, was there any form of compensation?
Mr. Koli, it's just today I'm here hearing that we are trouble. But before, we are faulty. That's what people are saying. Because we did wrong things, that is why we were arrested. But now, it's today, yesterday, when I was watching TV, I saw my party confessing. That is the time I know that, it's true, I am not guilty. This man troubles me and take me to mile 2. There was no compensation. There was nothing. Even my fare to come back, it's my people who pay me fare to come back. To Kamfenda here. And we were arrested massively. Some were pregnant women were all there. The small kids were all there. The pregnant women. Some were with their children, small kids. They went with them to mile 2. Yes. He and that guy.
The man standing there.
The man standing there.
He was also arrested.
He was also arrested, and he's a driver at the port, Gambia Port Authority. He was also there, and he was arrested too. He don't know what has he done. If you come, you will go. Yes, some ladies were arrested there. They don't know what they do. The ladies from Sangajor, Burao, were all there. Were all arrested. You see, this is it, Mr. Koli. This is it. For here, I don't think my party will stand here and then say, and then confess that I am behind this problem. No.
Is this government, looking into the plight of the people of Fonyi?
Never.
Is there any project that is brought by the borough administration?
I even heard of the so-called vice president. Aissatou Touré, saying that Fonyi people were enjoying free electrification and then rice free on the former regime. But we want to assure him that let him send people to come to Fonyi, and then we will produce our receipts of electrification. The whole Fonyi. If what he said is true, we want them to send you, the journalists, to come and interview people of Fonyi. If you choose a day, we will organize people to come with their receipts. The whole Fonyi to come with their receipts, and then you see. If at all we were enjoying electrification free in Fonyi.
And free rice.
And free rice. Which is not true. Now we are surviving. Yajame is not here who was giving all those things to us. Who is giving it to us now? If it is true. This is why a good leader, you should think before you talk. Where the Gambia is today, we should have a leader whom we know, he will bring people together and not separate us. Because
Adama Barrow not capable to do that.
He is not capable. Because if I told somebody who is capable, he will reject the vice president's remarks. But we had nothing. Nothing. He said nothing. Thus we think he agreed on to her.
Mr. Manga, thank you so very much for giving your time to West Coast Radio. Though I found you in your farmland, you are spraying your watermelon. Thank you so very much for talking to us.
I wish you'll also share some of the watermelons when they are ripe. That was Lamin Manga of Kanfenda. And we'll return to Kanfenda shortly and break the monotony of male voices by listening to Alaji with 2 female speakers. But first, a reminder that it's Coffee Time with Peter Gomez, and it's live on West Coast Radio, courtesy of the Gambia's biggest GSM operator, AfriCell.
Official number one. Gambia's biggest network, official number one. Gambia's biggest network, official.
It's 9 o'clock on Tuesday, the 15th of October, and this is Coffee Time with Peter Gomez. We're live on West Coast Radio 92.1 FM. The people of Fonyi feel marginalized by the current government. And Coffee Time with Peter Gomez has gone over to the region to ask why they feel they have been reduced to second or even third-class citizens. It follows the admission by Mai Fati of things he might have inadvertently done wrong to Fonyinkas while he was minister responsible for internal security. Our reporter on the ground is Alaji Koli.
I'm still here in Kamfena. I'm standing right here at the checkpoint where the incident happened. And I will be speaking to one lady whose daughter was arrested.
Nyekarisom aji bajan. Kasaw from bajan Kamfenda ni kine. Uliletu ngonu yamfu. Kuyeyu. Pasaka ya jeme kabiri na katumbalankap. Adama baro warena yamfu. A welcome ke Fonyi. Anku kot de atila. Mara kanto. Kabiri na lakom ambaka tilimbali ya ke Fonyi rek ka tilimbali ya ke Fonyi. Eteke ebuje. Mo kana ka jupa yedi ko lambalankap di wax wala. Mara na mama mi ajola. Uwan ko jadi teranga pa yingi mare wana kammi on kane bukana ko lañ beulen kab di karayola njewru leti yam fude attawom di alni lambum koko sofum bala pass aller retour mi jaw bir kama mi leñu ya koot di ko fil e pass mi jaw mi jo ko mangot boko di jog ni yu sedi borngabo banja ko kant waf attawom fang inji lofum di bose mi jo expliquer no baju wana manjeta ko fosum ka safela di kayita di officier Kamfenda ko fosum ka safela anyi lambo famba jona matete o beulenkep mare o ba safele.
Okay, what did she say?
Yeah, what she's trying to say is what the incident that happened between her daughter and the time she was arrested. She said this is something that she cannot be able to forgive, she cannot forget also. Yes, that her daughter was, the people of Fonyi were so harassed and then beaten since the coming of this new government. They have treated Fonyi people very unfairly, and this is something that they cannot, forget and forgive at all. He said her daughter was arrested, with innocently. She has not done anything and she was just arrested. The husband also, the same thing happened. It's something that she never knew anything about it. A case that was reported to him, so he came to stand by where the incident happened and he was also arrested. So these are some of the things that happen and they cannot forgive and forget at all. Yes.
How does the decision that was made by my father at the time when he was the Minister of Interior, how does that affect her daughter and her husband?
Bala ejo bir kama mi jo mail tu mi jo o jaw jaale tuju ko man te ko jaw ko rek frima de leñu di aw ataw ma tiyo o ma lamina sankenya ba juute man te wala la ko jaaka wala di mata e sof man ko jaw ko lakande jungo tay ko betom tuuke dere bo tettune be ko ñilak di koro mo gala bob to fang e rek jaabe yamfu yo leti rek me di pikande hani.
Yeah, what she is trying to say is that some of the challenges they have during the arrest of these people is that anytime they travel to Mile 2 to go and visit their relatives, they are not given access to see them. Other relatives also were arrested, and their people will come to visit them, but they were never given access to see them also. So this is something they cannot forgive at all. Yeah.
So what will be her message to Mai Fati now that Mai has confessed some of the difficulties that she has put on the people of Fonyi?
Mai Fati for ripke Fonyi ma labi ka bonket for ripke Fonyi mana ribu ma jo tepke Fonyi ma ja kul for ripke Fonyi ma labi ka bonket.
He said the only thing that my party can able to do or should do is to come back to Fonyi and then ask for their forgiveness. That's the only thing that they can, assure my party that he can do, that the Fonyi people can able to forgive him.
Thank you so very much, and I will be speaking to the daughter as well. Let me hear her reaction. Tell me, what's your name?
Nyawunda Manga.
Okay, Yawunda, how old are you at the time when you were arrested?
I was 17 years old.
Okay. My party has confessed what he did to the people of Fonyi. I mean, how does this arrest affect you as a young girl?
I can't forgive my party, and I will never forgive her. Yes, because it's painful. It's very painful. I can't forgive her. That's all I have.
Were you maltreated when you were arrested?
Yeah.
How were you maltreated?
When we are at mile 2, we normal killing, wash, bathroom, and others job. And where we sleep, it's just like on the floor, one sponge, maybe 3 people or 5 people. Yes.
How many days in the prison?
We have 1 month, 4 days. Yes.
And when the case was dismissed, what did they say to you people?
Nothing. They didn't tell us nothing. When we come to the court, they never told us, go and find a lawyer. If they go and find a lawyer, When we come to Birkama, they told us today we are going to bail you. When we arrive at Birkama, they said no bail for you people. You can go back to mile 2. Yes.
So at the mile 2, you were washing the toilets, the floors?
Yes, I was washing the toilet, sweet. And when they lock it's around 6 to 9 a.m. They lock us from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
What were some of the things that they were saying to you when you were arrested? The police, I mean.
The police, they told us that we are the one who forced to insult this UDP because they meet us, we are selling oranges. Even me, I'm not part of them because I was inside to watch TV. And I heard that people are quarreling. I come out, I stand here. That boy, I don't know the boy's name. She come out, he told me, hey, Sunguto, hey. I said, what is wrong? He told me, if you don't move, I will f*** your ass. I pay back. So when I was going to the tailor to sew my uniform, my son's uniform, I came here, I sit there. One police called Kujabi. They called me, Yamuno, come out. I told them, what did I do? They tell me, you was quiet. I said, I'm not part of them. Because one girl, her name is Mindao. He was selling oranges. So they told her, come and sell me orange. They asked the girl, how much is it? The girl said 25. They say, we can't buy this orange because Yajam is a killer. We cannot buy these oranges. So they take the stone, they throw it the girl pay back. When the girl pay back, so one police called Kujabi. Her name is Lamin Kujabi. He was here. So, and Binta Koli, and one immigration, he passed away, and Basi. So when they came out, they called from, I don't know whether Banjul or Birkama. They come out, the para come and surrounded all our compound. They told us, can you please come? Even me, I'm not part of them. They come and meet me inside the room. They call my name. I come and go. They told us we are going to stop at Sibanot. From Sibanot, direct to Nakala, Burusubi. From Burusubi, we spent 2 days there. From Burusubi, direct to mile 2.
So was all this caused due to my fatty's decision?
Of course. Of course. For me, I can't forgive my fatty. I can't. Yes.
Now, this next interviewee doesn't want her identity revealed for fear of being victimized for what she is about to tell this program. She's a civil servant who saw firsthand the mistreatment of her people by state and economic security forces acting allegedly on the instructions of former Interior Minister Mai Fati.
My party has confessed for what he did to the people of Fonyi. Yes, in his press conference. But for you, what is your reaction?
My reaction as a sister, because one of my sister-in-law was arrested, and then I also have one of my sister's child, my mother's child rather, whom my mother was adopting. So she was also part of the people who were arrested. And of course, she was somebody who was going to school. She's a school-going child. But all those days, she wasn't able to go to school due to the arrest. So, and many other people. Anyway, I am a native of this village, and then when I had the news, then it finds me home, almost around 8 to 9 months pregnant. I was with the pregnancy, so I have to rush come up to the highway because my mother was adopting a child, and then she sent the child to come here and then sell for her. But at the end of the day, the news that we had when we were at home, we were told that they are arrested, but the reason is not known. And when inquiries were made, we were told that they were the very ones who started insulting, because they called one girl to come and sell the orange.
They were the very one who?
The people of UDP in the bus. Anyway, the people in the bus, that was how the story was told. So even after the arrest, because then sometimes I do come here on the highway, but you see people passing, even if you don't do anything to them, because you are a phonyinka, they have to start insulting you. Even as you don't, because I myself, it happens to me. But I just see it that this is politics. It goes and comes. Today is you, tomorrow it will be another person. So they believe that they have about the phonyinkas. Anyway, it's not all the phonyinkas who have that belief. But we are also going to make them to know that we are still proud to be phonyinkas. Here is our land, and then I personally, I will never be the same anywhere I found myself. And then people talk about the phonyinka, and then I try to hide myself. Anyway, the story was so sad, it was so disheartening, because people's work have to be interrupted, going to mile to here and there, because they always said that what, it's going to stop at Biam, because some were taken, they said direct to Sibano. From Sibano, the story went to Bruceby. From Bruceby, they had 2 days there. From there, they went to Mile 2. Mile 2, they have to come back to Brikama. They said it's a court case. My mom have to leave me and my younger sisters to go there. Because for her, it was a sleepless night for her. She was so much worried. Because somebody's child, we know how it is difficult that somebody's child is with you. All of a sudden, you hear that the person is being arrested. A young child, a juvenile for that matter.
How old?
The child was around 14 years. She was a juvenile, just in grade 8. She was a very, very young child sent here, and at the end of the day, just for people to hear that she's at the station. Pregnant women were involved, mothers were involved, which was a very, very sad thing to the people of Foni.
So now what next, now that my father has confessed? What next for you?
I personally, my father should come back to the same place where the crime has been committed, where the people were, because this thing doesn't only stop within the Gambia, but it went outside the Gambia. Many people, even up to date, this has given Kamfenda, in particular, a bad name. People are seeing the people of Kamfenda as they are bad people, because Kamfenda is just what? A Johnson going to Kanilai. Even today, in my workplace, they still see me, they say, well, Foni people, they are rebels. This is the mind that people have. So to me personally, my party have to come back to the same people that he have committed the crime. I may say I have forgiven him, but what about the people who were directly encountering all the sufferings that they were doing at Mile 2? Because they went there. People back home here, we are thinking about them. What will be the situation and the circumstances that they will be feeling there? The conditions, people were thinking. People have to suspend whatever work that they are doing just to go and then try to see their people. Sometimes some are even denied. Because you cannot just imagine, because young children were arrested. So many things take in place. So my father, he has a lot. I personally, I was not directly affected, but I was in another way indirectly affected. So to me, he should come back to the same place that he caused and then tell them to forgive. Because if I said I have forgive, what about the people who directly were encountered with the case? And you had one of the victim saying that she will never and ever forgive him. And I know this implies to other people at home who will say that they will not forgive. So my father, let him come back. Because so many things were caused. Even those women who were selling here, their properties, is money that they invest. They put in money in order to get back something from it. Now some of them were relying on that as a survival. Though Jammeh is from Foni, Kamfenda is the Johnson going to Kanilai. Yeah, and we can never say that Jammeh is not ours. Is that understood? Because yesterday Jammeh was a relative of everyone yesterday. But today the table has turned, and now you can know who are the died heart of Jammeh and then who are the hatreds of Jammeh. People know.
But as a young girl in Fonyi, since this government came, or have you people experienced any project under the Barrow administration?
Anyway, in my knowledge, I've not seen any project. I've not seen any project. And then all that we've been encountering here is, one thing we need to have is, we should all put at the back of our mind that we are all Gambians. The people of Fonyi never hate Barrow. Is that understood? But it is within the mindset, because the way the UDP people were treating the people of Fonyi, they were seeing the people of Fonyi as enemies. But the thing is, Jammeh is from Kanilai, and Kanilai is exactly within the Trans-Gambia, I can say, because Kamfenda is within the Trans-Gambia highway. Now, if you look at the people passing by, anytime they see you, even if you don't talk to them, they start insulting. That killer man. Even if you are selling, you get to the vehicle, they start saying what? We will not buy this thing. Me, sometimes, I encounter such. There was a day I went to the highway to sell, and somebody just told me that, hey, go there, I'm not going to buy this thing. I told him that, you know what, you have time for politics. I'm thinking of how to get money and run my things rather than thinking of politics. Yes, but if you come to project as you ask, it hasn't. I have no knowledge about it. Like one of the the Nawek station that I see them just behind the Alcalo's home, they told me that it is a project of this electricity. But now I don't know exactly whether it started from, or it is a part of the blueprints that Barrow have said, or it is a project that he is finishing, being maybe signed by the former president. It's not up to my knowledge.
Thank you so very much for your time speaking to West Coast Radio. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
You're listening to reaction from the Fonyis to Mai Fati's apology for actions taken against Fonyinkas during his brief tenure as minister responsible for internal security. Men, women and children were arrested and held without charge. A life was even lost, according to reports. Anger in the Fonyis is therefore understandably palpable. We'll rejoin our reporter very shortly as he now heads to Kanilai, the home village of former President Yahya Jammeh. It's coffee time. It's live on West Coast Radio, courtesy of AfriCell.
Well, I am now here in Kafena Junction, where you have a military checkpoint, and I am on my way now heading to Kanilai. That's the soldier man coming towards us as we get to Kanilai. Officer, how are you? Fine, fine. You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Good. We are going to Kanilai.
Okay.
Yes. I am riding on top of a motorcycle, and the motorcycle is Aliu Tamba. He's a resident of Biam. He's the one who is taking me right inside Kanilai. And I am now getting inside the village of Kanilai. Just crossing the fire service, you will have a bridge. Kanilai is a very quiet village compared to those days when the former president used to be, in the throne. But as I am getting right inside Kanilai, it is no more business as usual. You are now entering Kanilai, and of course I have now entered Kanilai, right inside to the junction where you have a military checkpoint. This military checkpoint is where this shooting happened, when one of the drivers was shot by a military officer manning the checkpoint. Slowly approaching the military checkpoint. Take me to Antonio.
display. Bo sumai. Yo, buru kane to. Jamane. Yo. Koko jamane Anthony ni Chengere yo. Alaji Koli. Okay. Mr. Jame, so you saw me? Okay. I was hoping that you are inside.
I'm just here.
Okay. You know, it was raining in the morning.
I know, this is why I know.
Yeah.
I am right inside Kanilai, and I am sitting with Anthony Jame, who happens to be the cousin of the former president, Yaya Jammeh. He did grant West Coast Radio an interview on Friday, and now that we have come to Fonyi to talk to people following the press conference that was conveyed by my Fati, where he confessed some of the actions that he levied to the people of Fonyi. And as I said, I am sitting with Anthony Jame. Mr. Jame, today our purpose here is to get your reactions as to what my Fati did to people of Fonyi when he was the Minister of Interior when the coalition government came. How does the decision that was made by my Fati at a time affect you people who were part of the protest that was held here where Haruna Jatta lost his life?
Well, according to my Fati's comments concerning what he has done to Fonyi people, this is a surprise to us because we think as Fonyi people we are part of the Gambia. In fact, the whole cause of the demonstration was not demonstrating against the government, as he said. Neither we never wanted this government. Previously, I had an interview with this radio. I told them that Fonyi people, we are never ever an opposition to any government that comes to the Gambia. From Jawara's region, Fonyi is always, a supporting area for whatever government comes. When Yaya Jammeh lost and left, the main cause of the demonstration was not because we don't want the government. But when Yaya Jammeh left immediately, there used to be soldiers here in Kanilai, but not in the village. Because normally when soldiers are here, they always station at Yaya Jammeh's home, his personal compound, the family home. But now, when he left immediately, we had soldiers in the heart of the village. So that disturbed us, not only we the families, but also the students, because our school is in the heart of the village. And when children are passing soldiers with guns in the heart of the village, they don't have that daring mind to concentrate on their education. This prompted us, on our way demonstrating. To our surprise, we went up there just at the entrance of the village, Kanilai, where you have the base of the foreign soldiers. Then they started firing at people, right? There and then they shot this man, Haruna Jatta. So we were surprised why this should happen, because we don't hold anything. But according to the sources we had was, a report was given to these soldiers that these people coming are rebels. They are armed with guns, local guns. But none of us had a gun, even a stick. None of us hold a stick. So when Haruna Jatta was shot, including so many boys were wounded, almost up to about 9 of them. Right? So this is how we dispersed on that day. We came home. The demonstration started on Friday. Then on Saturday, the village was full with paramilitaries, which I was the first person to be picked. They came to my home, they met me sitting under my mango tree, and they asked me, they said, "Uncle, you are wanted at Biam for questioning." I said, "But for what?" They said, "No, we need you."
with guns. So I got up, I went with them. Instead of Biam, they arrested almost the very day they came. 13 of us were arrested that day. Then the second day on Sunday, 6 were arrested, those 6 were arrested during the curfew because...
So there was a curfew imposed on you?
Yeah, they imposed a curfew on that Friday night and Saturday night. Because Saturday night, it was Saturday night that we were picked. Then there was a curfew order here. Then during that curfew order, that was the time they arrested the 6 boys. Plus the 13 of us they arrested on Friday.
Make it 19.
Making 19. It's 19. So we were taken, 9 of us, then to Brikama on Friday. Only no question was asked, but straight to cells. Then on Sunday, they brought the 6 to Brikama. Then we were asked to write our statements. Then on Monday, straight we were taken to the magistrate court, where they were reading our charges, but no question was thrown to us as victims. They were just reading the statements as to we organized an illegal meeting, we demonstrated without permission, but it was a peaceful demonstration, and that is in our village. We don't go to anybody's village. And the demonstration was not because we don't want the foreign soldiers, or we had some dangerous weapons. No, we had our vanguards just to inform the soldiers that we don't need you here because Yajame is no more here. So you leave our village peacefully.
Mr. Jame, these decisions were made by as he confessed, that the arrest and the detention that happened during his time. It has affected you, as you said, but now that he has confessed, what next for you people? What are you people going to do?
Anyway, you see, for my party, I think we have millions and millions of questions to ask or to talk about him, because he said when we were arrested, he said the people who reported to him said these people had guns.
Is it true?
But whether it was true or not true, I don't know how he himself made it to be a true something. All right? And I think if he was a responsible authority, what he should have done before making the arrest or alleging us, he should have sent people to Kanilai, all right, to inquire, to set an inquiry. But because he knew in those days that he was the guy in the throne and he has all that powers, and then because we are Jolas, because we know all they were fighting for is to victimize Jolas, and much more, especially Yajame's people. Because during the impasse, me myself, I heard it and I saw, especially TFM, the whole world, they were talking, kill Yajame, even his family, kill them. This is why on the 19th, when Yajame was at State House and he said he is not leaving the seat, all right, Senegalese soldiers launched almost 6 heavy guns to Kanila, of which it was a surprise to us. Just an election. How can a country be in an election, another foreign country, assign his security officers to launch the other country? We were surprised. So from there we knew that definitely these people are out to wipe Kanilai. All what they wanted is to wipe Kanilai completely, or to kill the natives of Kanilai. So we were not surprised when we heard my party saying these people who were demonstrating were rebels and they had guns. This must be the thing that prompted him to send that paramilitary to come and arrest the whole village if he had that access.
I mean, has his actions deteriorated the relationship between the people of Fonyi and the government? Has it eroded the trust?
Of course, it has eroded the trust, because if I am living with you in the same home, right, even though we speak a different language, when something happens, then you on the positive side feel that I am your subordinate. Then you send somebody to arrest me. You see, when Yahya Jammeh coup Sadauda, he never sent a troop to Barajali, where Sadauda comes from. We have never heard of soldiers being stationed in Barajali. Much more, Yahya Jammeh had never sent anybody to Barajali to go and arrest the natives of that village. So, if this government comes and my party sends people to come and arrest us, definitely that he has built a very, very, very poisonous relationship between us and the government. Because we don't know why they should come and arrest us. There has never been an uprising in Fonyi, in general. So why Fonyi? Why coming to arrest the people of Fonyi? So this has built a sour relationship between us and the government. All right? Even though Yahya Jammeh comes from here. All right? For us, we feel that his time, this is the time that he should go off. But the person coming in has now seen all of us as his enemy, as his traitors, and we are a threat to the government. What for? What have they seen with Kanilai people?
So has that decision also, affected you people morally?
It has affected us morally, mentally, emotionally, physically even, right? So this has even destroyed our belief as Gambians. We are feeling that we are subordinates in the Gambia. We are victims, because this is why there is no development. As I said, there is no project, especially in Kanilai. But all that they do to us is come and take whatever belongs to Yahya Jammeh from Kanilai. And even when they were doing that, we were just looking at them. Nobody uttered a word. They look at this. You see this big mosque. Yeah. If not the villagers who stood firm, at least to insist, some of these materials would have gone. They would have even knocked down all these things. Yeah. So definitely we are Jolas. And Jolas, the Jola, if you hurt the Jola, whether he is angry or not, he will not tell you. And you will never see his anger from his face. But all that will tell him is Katobo. The Jola says Katobo. Meaning leave him. Leave him with God. Alright? For my party, we will not say, we cannot kill him. Alright? But we leave him with God. Alright? Whether he is now realizing that he has offended us or not, but this is the mindset of Jolas. This is how Jolas, act to people who don't like them. They don't do anything. You come to the community of Jolas, even if you don't like them. If you do something wrong, they'll tell their fellow Jolas, Jikatoba, leave him. It means they are summoning you to the Almighty God. And the repercussion tomorrow, you will dance to that tune. So we will not tell him. But all that we can tell him is we have summoned him to the Almighty God. Right? Yeah, this is what we have.
Mr. Jame, thank you so very much for your time once again speaking to West Coast Radio. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
And Anthony Jame is a cousin of former President Yahya Jammeh. It's coffee time with Peter Gomez, exclusive to West Coast Radio 92.1 in the Gambia. And we are still in Kanilai with Alaji Koli, poised now to speak with another relative of former President Jammeh on how life has changed for Fonyinkas, Jolas in particular, since Jammeh's ousting by coalition-backed Adama Barrow.
Still here in Kanilai from speaking to Anthony Jammeh, and I am sitting with a gentleman here.
My name is Ibrahim Jammeh. Yes. Born and brought up in Bakau and recently residing in Kanilai. Since 2004, I come from Bakau, I come home. In Sindola, where Yahya Jammeh live. I come back home. My graveyard is here. When I die, they bury me here. It's better that I die in Combo, they bury me in Combo. They bury me in Fonyi, Kanilai. Yes. I come home. Yahya Jammeh say, go back to the land. I'm on the land, working very hard, farming. Yes. But right now, we don't have good farm because everything is collapsed. Nobody is coming to work, you know. Nobody is coming to work because this government, they seize everything, you know. Even with the family, we don't have freedom there, you know, because of this government, you know, because they bring the soldiers here, they are disturbing us, you know. Our own Gambian soldiers, you know, they are disturbing us because the government, when they come, they take permission to the soldiers and they go and they take Yahya Jammeh's property out.
How are you related with former President Jammeh?
Yeah, it's the real blood, the same blood. The same blood. It's one blood. My grandfather and his father, the same mother and father. Yes. They are the same blood, one blood.
What's the name of your grandfather?
Ibrahim Jammeh. They named me after him. Ibrahim. His name is Ibrahim. Yes, he's the elder brother of John Suleiman Junkun Jammeh. Yes.
You people miss Yahya Jammeh now that he's not around?
Yeah, we miss him, but he used to call us. Yes.
When he called, what are some of the things that he said to the family?
He said that let us be patient. He will be back. Let us be patient. He will be back. Yes.
Did he ever tell the family that all what has been said about him is a witch hunt?
No. He tell us only let us be patient. He will be back. He don't talk too much. He said whatever we see, we just be patient and keep it up with good faith. You know. Yes. He's together there with my brother sisters there, you know. Yes. Jimmy Jammeh and our Jammeh, Madatu Jammeh, all they are my sisters. They are with him. But me, I'm here, you know. I'm watching the compound, you know. I'm watching the compound here, you know. That's why I don't go nowhere. I'm still in Kanilai, every day in Kanilai, you know.
What would you want to say to President Barrow, you know, as far as his relationship with your brother Jammeh?
What I'm telling Mr. Barrow, the president, I know the big man, he will be back. Yes, the big man, he will be back in the Gambia here, you know. Yes. And me, I know the big man is going to be the president again. Yes, he will be back. Because I see the signs and symptoms of it. Yes. Because it happens in other countries. It happened to other countries and it will happen to here also, you know. I believe President Jammeh went for holidays only, you know. Yes, because he have never been away, left the Gambia for 2 months, 3 months, never. Yes, he never do it. Even the time he take leave, he come to Kanilai here. He don't go to outside. He come to Kanilai here and work. Yes, so right now we miss him. I just know that maybe he went for holidays, you know. Yes, but he will be back. Because the mission is not completed yet. We have some work to do. Still the work is not finished yet. Yes. The work is not finished yet. The mosque is here still and only President Jammeh can finish that mosque. Yes. and other places.
There is no support coming for the construction of the mosque?
No support. Even the equipments of the mosque, this government have taken them. Yes. They take them. It was in a container, things that has to be used to build the mosque, This government take it,
But do you people believe all what is being said about your brother? Do you believe it is true?
It's false, my brother. All this is false. What is all they are telling is big lie. It's false. Yes. If you bring the Quran,
We want to apologize for the break in transmission. It's happening to us for the second day running, as I said yesterday. Power cuts have sadly become a way of life again in this country. So let's go back to Fonyi and Kanilai, to be precise, where Alaji Koli is still with Ibrahim Jammeh, who claims to be a brother to former President Yahya Jammeh. And the question Alaji posed, and which Ibrahim had started answering before we were rudely cut off by that power cut. Let's get Alaji himself to repeat the question. Alaji.
But do you people believe all what is being said about your brother? Do you believe it is true?
It's false, my brother. All this is false. What is all they are telling is big lie. It's false. Yes. If you bring the Quran, I touch it. Yes. Only President Jammeh, he can do it. Yes. And I believe that he's coming back again to rule this country. Yes. His mission is not finished yet. His mission is not finished yet. He will come back again. I believe that 110%. He's coming back to rule the Gambia again. Yes. And this time is forever. Because it has been said. Jammeh forever, Jammeh forever. Yes. I believe that Mr. Jammeh is coming to rule the country again.
But if he comes back to this country, do you think he will be a different person?
Yeah, he's going to be a different person. He's going to bring Sharia. Sharia is going to have power in the Gambia. Islamic State. Yes, people will respect the Islamic, People will respect the Islamic, People are not respecting the Islamic now, People are not respecting Islam because things are not going right, Because during President Jammeh, during Ramadan, he gave sugar to the whole country, rice, sugar, money, We are used to it,
So is it true what the government said that you people were enjoying during Yahya Jammeh's regime? The people of Fonyi were given free rice during the reign of your brother. Is it true?
Yeah, because President Jammeh, he helped his people, He helped his people. He don't want his people to suffer, That is why he brings a lot of rice in the Gambia. And it's not only the Fonyi people. Even in Banjul, when you go there, Friday prayers, people they come from Nyomi. People they come from Nyomi, And every man will have a bag of rice. Every woman will have a bag of rice. He's used to it. He go to Gunjur every Friday, he do it. President Jammeh, what he have, it will never be finished. Because his wealth is from the Almighty Allah. Yes.
The government for them, the wealth that he has is the monies that he has stolen from the public coffers.
Gambia is a small country. Gambia have nothing here. Gambia have nothing. Yes. President Jammeh is the one who is sponsoring Gambia. Trust me, this is why Gambia is not going nowhere. Because only President Jammeh can do it. Because his wealth is from Allah. They can take everything from here. But when he come back again, you will see different things again. Because Allah's wealth will never be finished. Yes. Allah's wealth will never be finished. Right now where he is working very hard there.
What type of work?
Farming. He's farming there. He's paying them a lot of money. Yes. He's paying them a lot of money. Those people, even they are telling us that let him not come back to Gambia. He can't stay in there in Guinea, you know. And President Jammeh, he is coming back. He's waiting for some time. Yes, he should finish his work here. Even in Kanila here, he have work here that is unfinished. So he have to finish it because only him can finish it.
Like which kind of job?
Like the mosque and the roads, you know, and build estates, you know. He make the plans, but you know.
Do you hold the belief that all what the people are saying, that he has stolen, you know, the government's monies, you know, the number of accounts, all what they have been saying, do you believe that? Do you think it is true?
It is not true. It's the government that steals President Jammeh's wealth. It is not true. It is the government, President Barrow's government, steal President Jammeh's wealth. He take all the belongings cash of President Jammeh in the compound. Me and President Jammeh, we are living in the same compound. I'm staying with the same compound with President Jammeh. Barrow's government take all, everything. Trust me, my brother, I will not tell you a lie. And what I'm telling you is the real thing. They came here every day, even the tiles, the ferries, they take everything. If you go there now, the compound is very empty. You don't see nothing, only the buildings you see. And first time you see cars are parking. You see tractors are parking. This government take everything, my brother. I know you don't go inside, but if you go inside, you see only the family and the family and the soldiers.
They won't let me to go in.
This government, they take everything, my brother. But I know that they cannot take all the wealth that President Jammeh have, because what he have is from God, it's from Allah. Yes, and Allah's wealth is never be finished. And what President Jammeh is doing is doing good work for the Gambians. He helped the Gambians. This government is not helping the Gambians. Yes, and Yahya Jammeh, he helped Gambians. You know, he built roads for the Gambians, hospital. This government they have done nothing. Me, I don't see it what they have done. This government, Barrow's government, I don't see what they have done. Yes, only people are killing one another. They don't respect security. You know, in Yahya Jammeh's regime, the security is strong. Yes, it's strong, but this time no strong security. Trust me.
The government said he killed a lot of people. Do you believe in that?
That is not true. Yahya Jammeh never kills. Yahya Jammeh don't kill. Sana Sabali was here. He tell the TRRC the real thing. He give command, he kill. Sana Sabali is here. He give them the real thing. Yahya Jammeh does not kill. Yahya Jammeh, he never kills. He's 100% Muslim. Trust me, my brother. And Yahya Jammeh is coming back again to rule this country. Trust me. Me, I don't fear nothing to say it, because I know he's coming to rule the country again. Barrow and these ECOWAS people, they will all run away. Trust me. They will all run away. Yahya Jammeh is waiting for some time. Very soon. Yes.
What would you want to say to President Barrow? Would you want him to forgive Yahya Jammeh to come back to the country?
Anyway, I'm telling Mr. Barrow, whether he like it or not, Yahya Jammeh is coming back, because Yahya Jammeh is innocent. Yahya Jammeh is innocent, and still the people, they love him, they like him. Yes. Yahya Jammeh, all what they are telling about him is not true. Yahya Jammeh is a good man.
And certainly the people of Fonyis still do love Yahya Jammeh. That was Ibrahim Jammeh in Kanilai with our very, it has to be said, hard-working senior reporter Alaji Koli, braving everything to bring you first-hand reaction to my party's press conference last Friday and Fonyinka's relations with the Barrow government. And all that has left us with insufficient time for one of our advertised stories, the interview with the GDC press secretary, where he talks about the diplomatic passport row and what the GDC plans to do if it ever takes over the reins of running the country. We'll therefore push that back to tomorrow's program, God willing. And that brings to an end your Tuesday longer edition of Coffee Time with Peter Gomez. Thanks again for coming along for the ride. We'll be back tomorrow for 30 minutes. In the meantime, on behalf of AfriCell, enjoy the rest of the day.
Assalamu alaikum Batimo Forumon Talajaiman. Allama Solo ala Kirana ala Saibol Baragot Gambia. Walatina, e tusurun kayin for Gambia nkole. Nko, ni be politiko ko nyanta politiko la fahamu ya sotla dum purka fahamu ya soto. Ate politiko ko. Banota ko kaw kuyara Gambia. Bari, Ninata na political la Carola, the reality, the fact in this country. The reality, the fact. Ni Gambia be kabirin ko na fo katon. Katabu da Gambia banda. Abe na fiko sampuru sang Gambia. Mofula ibo le bulo butana. Gambia be la na fiko. Kabirin ko na fo katon. Katabula Gambia bada mo fula ni bita na fi ko bulu Gambia bele na fi ko bulu bulu ibita mo fula bulu muta folo mu jumata ba fula wala ya jamme because muno atere mararo ko nati na fikiya ayo folo se banan Gambia banko ka fulan jamu jumata ni bita na fiki fulan jam bulu bulu wala jumata wala alaji suntu ya jamme ko atula be na fiki kebat ate Gambia banko ka bawo ndaka nyine fo Gambia nkole tusu ngo alaji suntu ya famuta nyame amanta wo nyama do ala fam londi palaso munta ala mudi ala walatina kabrani sirimbo jambula tanyola 2017 because muno o 2017 ala suntu ate yamuta ko UDP mata 39 mum fo de nyata kala nama mum fo o manyina kala ate le fo because naaje irato kullo forumo daire raf kullo forumo daire iteli modantanding irato foru kullo forumo daire so itele dianye mol ani teri ini mun be teri ala ni mun ka duku na fiki yakan itata wolle dunde forumo into because sinde ndaka nyine fo Gambia ko le to ngo dunia kubuka mabo dun kubuka fili feofe ya mura ko di duku da warang imabo de kuma fo ate asime ku beta mane murbalo na kubuka ngo hani kaburo ko hani madun hani bije nyamin hani ni malaikul bije nyamin murka kala mutana dunia dun feofe no ku mo so ntere da will profit in this world barna fi kiyar be kirin trom ngo ateni Muhammad Mustafa abinki musolo banta te Makka ya binki muso wala banta wala beleta ate Makka banko kan moha itata lande kaburo rate Muhammad Mustafa atata nyai kaburo kan kata madalo ndi kaburo kan nimmalaay ko le nyinin karo mun ka binki musola akafu binki muso ibe malai ko jabi la tenne ba fu ten ni anyinin ka bona abinki muso ni anyinin karo mun kala Muhammad Mustafa bi jimirin kaburo ko da ka fo abinki muso ko ni ko ni ba fu le ten bar feo ko mo so yen tale na will profit bari yaro ni mo fere ni mam ni silimi yalo te sal nyalo na ni me sal nyalo te ala batu nola warete ala lon nola ala fawni ne fa ko ni mantelo ite la dino ta batunola inon to nyaata ngo hanibe kaburo ko no be je nyami mur ka kala butal banota na afrikiya sembo warta je ngon ninken de undolo benta ako habar jaymane bara la sun o pa bi nyol pa be nkaju malon pa bit ngaji malon pa bit ako nyala suntu ngala suntu man siantati de ngala suntu was born in 1984 I don't know 1985 I don't know ngala suntu manga keba ngai na sama wala yakun ko ndi fer ngai wala yakun ko ndi ngai ni kan na so ma baki ikan na so ma baki nkai kunka koyle nkai na samalo nkai ala suntula ke ba man fudo ya ala suntula ke ba buta janga man ala ke ba man fudo du bese du mal safa ala suntu dat nkai dat ya bon dibindol nkai fo ya dalo kunti ja ko la nkai nas o mun nasa malte naso o mun naso let ya nimbe o kumo fola nimbanko kanja athala suntu mal nata na 2016 automa ala preparation ke Gambia malo fay ko musodo le itolala kafo tolala UDP musodo le kafo tolala o UDP musolo muyela kafo tola ata ala suntu la ko because ke kende balakata tonya alaji suntu ke kende ba ayakata 2016 bari anata ke fisir walla oti anata ke jamfa molt bari nde tusuru nde kanyine fo Gambia ko le tusuru ngo politiko fana momondi la interest bidame bitaw to mun jari ka political assassination wara political fonko wala political character assassination bari ibilisi fo ala batle batunya la boyron ka sembota bari butane ani ala nata fo nyoko malbawo ata dianye kuo ata tamata wala o wana ala ya dabo ndala ko to badi na fi gole nan kuma moy samu be karaba ala in ka fo na da kabrami na ta la Gambia na ta ala in ka fo na ko do ki o ka fo na program balake kabra ala suntu bitalu mene ta fo ta bentu airport te bang fo ta bentu den temperature general bang atolu general bang barala bam malo kabre ala suntu nyaay hadmadu jaadnoma aya fan suma manse alla UDP kono ako UDP mansa preo di ala bar mental ben tan ko atani adam baroni Hussein Dabo itelemine kumben do manding because ala suntu fana bela firman manse alla wala nan kay ko ibe fan nesin ibe sila le tranquille lunta danta yaje be lunta manse akele banko kanjam na deta ala digi kilay jang lunta manse akele banko kana deta ala digi kilay danta yaje be because yaje me was born in Casamas and he came to the Gambia the child time and brought up in this country and Alasuntu also born in Sierra and came here for his childhood a child time so he brought up in the Gambia so he cannot be a Gambian president yalong ndaka nyine fa Gambian ko le tusu ngo palasi mbe Gambian ko nyanta Kenya kele fanda pour ka palasi lon di palaso mu yalon ko ni wuluta bantale manya no palaso so to hantu babole ya wolo bijeko to babole ya palaso do be tuba bolia ni hani muje dindo ni ma wuruje ibuko palaso soto walatna nyanta ko find out la Gambia la palaso do bije lunta o manya na soto la banko kanjam because imagine because ni lunta wana da palaso atake mi da dula afdalla aya ana be damen wara kita ya jabbe nyol be la jam kata bula fenke nyol la to fenke dolu ko fenke ya to kuya ala sana watranyol dolu ko adin fenke nyol sana abacha nyol dolu ko adin jibril robot nyol jibril robot je ananyon ko town you see so for saying to find out to find the solution on it bari ala yesundu tentlen ko mo so no la tentlen ko mo so na because aji danso nkotoma ano dia muta audio be audio be ntenja mane bulo hansa na dia muta dombe audio fa atle o kol aji akoy kondo nkoto ke aji ha yalon nya fenke you see hey mo dole nyanta UDP jamfara bala suntu mayna UDP jamfara because alaji suntu UDP la sama tubabudu UDP le pala so diara yalon ntenja mane nyodol nten la ko na la ko manke kirinte because uno atele UDP le dunia ko be kale banko kanjam so nten la ko ona tella ko manke kirinti ni banko kanjam ntel be UDP no mal pour que mamakewon pour que sebentu ala ke fasa bar UDP ko nten man dama parasila de du mo nene man parasila UDP ko so nte feo feng nte njamane fawno bare mo UDP ma palasi dintrade dun nene man dama palasi UDP de so UDP e ko mun katide banko kan jang mo dole nyanta UDP jafar one can understand ni ko jay mane nyodol wolle UDP wolle bata UDP one can understand. Yes, one can understand. But I shoot to know. And I know cotton. Now tell about a UDP, I tell a UDP jump for Morian Targin and Carbon, the caring what a municata. The dollar and the UDP jump for without blame. There is a UDP, there is a bono UDP, without complain what without blame. But I tell, be lie what like a lie. Now about a UDP kono, and a UDP jump for. Almamuru Hussein Dabo Ali Al Kumbadun Sai, Ali Hussein Dabo Dan, be life would light and light. Albela Moya sitting at Banko Kajak, Ken about Atakati in Banko Kanabakan Benyarajab, Nadira Alaninkila. What Allah Barakabaka team Badimo for Montalan Jaiman.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم بعدين فورم مولو ماني جونكن دفالا UDP Political Bureau Forum بعدين Gambian kolo ngal kontong altol nal kontong la di talato October karotil tang anil lulu 2019 nal badi malomu bakar kabo nyoto badi Gambian kolo kachata be sharing back Gambia bulo because Gambia man saji sanji follow sita ni kulu mba sanji follow kuna wala kono kabo bila til tan nane anil lulu mulbe la ko firo nyanda commencé na o kamala fota be sharing Gambia kono back politique patiol fanan al se commencé ali la patiol maintenance because ni amo democratic banko politique patiol lel katraje e kanyo saba amanka ko ni ajube ko teta kanyele ye daboje o ye la fi fituno e wuli banko kan hani e continuer ale keloke to nyala ka to keloke banko kanola ka keloke soma kamala kana kete jamanot ni la patio samba wo nyama don tumando lundo binala ni tonya sabatita ibitala nyatula woro kamala kana juti la politique patio ila patio mutay bol tanem fulola wara ite kum kilimo ye bola patio to yesaw pati doto way ke la patio wo mu politiko kono adolet politiko kono adolet pour bakare bu UDP ay saw ndoy nga ngaw tarale woka kele ni mo pati nyatan kote ite nyante la patio ko ngo maintain lale ni lefta kele ko bakar kete nyamen ka bu UDP ka saw ndoy woto nyanta patio la nyaton ka ya sendel folo andu yef sabati patio ko fo wati janna fo yalan ko say nyato classe te bulu ni yena ila decision o make ka saw pati dodo barka political patiol to lowering hannen na molbe shiala nyoti wo mu wajibole ti democratic banko kan wolte nyo saboka keno wolto competing ka keno Gambian kolo alnyanta parela demokrasi kamare demokrasi ka keten boka na ko hayto pati carte bar wolte kanyela bar hanni man kanye bar ko ite kam men fo Gambian ko len ko ite jikita ko Gambia la soma na fal beje continue kafo asike no ma moy bi bar some sa moy waran sinindi bebe kende ni non alman bella kende sabu ni ma fe allahumma amin bar den te mo UDP kolte UDP ndenga jeko wolle la miro ni la hamo mu Gambia la soma na la sinendinte ana la sinenden ko woto be pati diwol be danna pati o pati diwol danna nko ngal danne alna UDP ila miro beteata ila fero beteata e fero men lande pour que Gambia lande wo silo kan abe beteata woto mbali yamari la alna UDP la nyaton kam musole ma a député ila national kiamano même UDP banko Gambia be la national kiamano ila député mandin ko musole surwala national secretary general ala député mu musolte surwala UDP le ka operate ten because ntol lafita musol ne fonden kewle yenna nan politiko kono ala yin alfa dantango men totu mbulu ten alamay melam bulu nga banko sika ngadila ye banko tamandira sila kendo londinye men nin jama laban banko tamando silolu muni yata ya londinye ya dumbulu ala ye shima andinye kote kay trasinin ko mebe cross kan ni silo kabe wajal lanko ay konya hani teng ke tumbulu foye me fo dindiwol ya lonko nyine mu silote men sikaltano fo ulabangole ka sore kunkoto e man keba nyininka andu ni tara kunkoto e ka ke kuje ni sama banta sama sene fen ka tara nyi nyaara atopoto nyakam amin yo ni o botala bade Gambian kolo nyindo mbediamula bade UDP kolle sako ntol UDP kol men yalon kon kadiyam forumol ni Facebook to fengo fen ni UDP kol mote kadiyam forum to o Facebook to man tol man mo man tol be man resin kilin soto pour ka may fati ataka la diamola o ay menke manyanna fanan ka challenge ay memfo ana ay menke may fati brabe president wala advice yala aketa UDP na fatile ala nyeri sayno fanan keta UDP na fatile barni ite mo keta nata ke UDP koti kano kamma man ko mole so ko dole kata UDP koti fo yetto nyale sute to fo yati na iye kano iketa UDP koti may manken na nganinti amantaran sokan lafta ale kango moy because ninga befo jawul ba lon na lunji male ben kanate la nte kanala par lafta ale kango moy man dalili soto ka may nyinin ka a o kala kumo challenge ya mutako may mum politician ol de control mu politician ol de nyame ala patio GMC ninna patio UDP na political idea landi nyakoto bari ala nyin decision dolu wolu manke UDP la constant andu nimu UDP dimu de lefte jenke woto hanni ma ko eksoni e ma ko nyinen ka e ma ko cena eni mo kana ko diwet may mu political party tire you collusion man sakunda nyim may la follow disappoint dalil jama fota mu malon dalil jama le kilim mi yatina ya bonde inyata may murundi imaka ministati ya ka president ya marlati ni may nata o place o sende mo bela jeri nyata kala klente bar UDP kolo ni la jeri nya keta nyaaw nyama dron nte la fita ya fa alhamdulillah may bota boso kono jannabe futala birijo dangato kato nyim birijo men boso baka bitakan birijo tema katitale awo kara do be bota jere andu jere wetembere ba tembe fe andu boso be bor balla andu ndu sano ya fo break te nyum boso la woto may mum baadi wolte ala yaka nte wala ben dewren no ala yaka jita boso kono alhamdulillah UDP kol lotto question mayla kumol nala fengo feng ntol manque revolutionnaire tentol mum politician on let you understand ntol kele ñomu adam barolte because wala sapota ko abe UDP tele abe UDP jenjen ala dudu sano lota ko jawte tolla fo UDP kola ntol kele ñomu wollente ali ñowol kelende may fanan ka wollel kelende APRC ka wollel kelende GDC ka wollel kelende woto nga wol bula ye tara bambande wol ye tara kelendi kan ntol fanan nga tara kelendi kan me yaata boyinde wala be sila fele bay dula mo jamala ka wolo kedinde bar kilin na kamuta kilin wala kamuta bar mo jamala chaawundo wala na kilin kamuta na kilin be wulo kana wolo tinda ka ba muta na ma hakilta so fila nan ta jela ko rek so lafita UDP kolo alkana may challenge alkana advocate alisanta bora president do ko that's it amurunta la patrioto akabita la kala patio wrong and wol mu ko gon to UDP ko tatal num fon ko ronto usen da boy boy masa ko ndakon ideal na resign ntol lol ko akana resign o mu jito yalti o kala jito yalti o kala jota yalti amam place o dia fan me place o dia nata na fama la fala jaay kele abe kele ke kendo ta fa ngana place o ta bal bir wakata yuli ko be kata be ko alhamdulillah i molu men tata konto ngala suwa kono sunola ayela mata sewot tantan lo kosita jiki jol keta tabir bali keta je sukita fu fano keta immediately mo men ko tata konto sunola o yela mata tulul lote ala la ko kere ko na bine ibuka kenya fango long altul buka tra ko ci kam because ma kamal kal samba bar bakar wo nyaabe lo ga be kan kilin kile ko akata nyame so may fati GMC patio barin kundala mo UDP okay so ntul UDP dingolo ninguma programme soto may le bina jo yala je na pareta ngabula wala ben natem ala baraka so ni o bota je badin Gambian kolo nyindo mu Gambia belete anin dunia badin Gambian kol former interior minister Ibrahim Mbala ako momo funtinta December we jik fajiri mo bonne kan anata murun nan koma akabe woto falinna amantembe ya bondi minister of interior mbije emo cham sojaro komanda wo fanay wo silandire sifa ke Gambia dingol la coco kumata akabala kumo yele manda matembe ndino sojaro la diamuna nata o kabada dala dar Gambian ko le memmoy ya long ite se la diamo kade bari ye memmoy ya long ite o bondira noy bulu ko e bolo sero lelke mbije Sadio Conte nata sabax sanjal dingo military police officer wo fana yewo sifa ke mola Gambian kolla bara keta menyala wol mo jidi sin kolla MC Chamti but I Gambia bele threaten. Kadu ni MC Cham kilim fa December ni mol funti for 3 years ni ya fa ye Gambia bele fa. Because a funti da Gambia le. Ama funti Cham kundai. Yoto fana munu ko mana ko e bolo sayro le kere. E ko Sadio ko MC Cham ka yam fadal. Men radio station men ka kibar dilal text ka fo ko ha yo ko ran sele nyin ka yam fatale. No radio station on. That radio station, that's where the Brason Cola work. Brason Cola be wolto do cola. Ah. So badi ngambi ankola amanda wala kota kes dole keta kota kesai. Male be mune follow up. Nyindo mu SIS personality. Memu keba shishedi a citizen of Brikama originated from Kawur. Born in Brikama, live in Brikama, and posting in SIS branch in Brikama too. Ako, in December more fundite be bele fala too. I nyimfo cafe internet le kono. Andu janna be fola ay mole tara wobe pa modu bo janna kibaro le lamoy ka telephone la aka foy ko ite kanyine lamoy nyin katu wuli ya fola mun na fi kolte modu na waya tara je woka altul du mun fo 3 years la ka nyin 3 years o mo funta December be bele fala to nyin ke ba sise SAS passion Brikama citizen originated from Kawuru ila kordabe be wontan kallin ko nyinten sin tinyare no aman sansan no. So nyindo fana mo tretin dolte bari ate lontale foka bang because before abu dadolte ba video kanja ma kalamta ate fana ngala mol men nyanta assign la tele karola ngi be assign de kabo October ending wolma mo ko tan haajo so to prate ka monito atata dawda vitamin to labe mun to labe min to le ateni nyin Sadio Conte ani Emo Chan ni Ibrahim Baro fana be Gambia kono hanna mantra interior a fana na men menu assigna noma wol fana be tardate normal so woto badi Gambia kolo han kabe na security be laare nyi na ko be falale ni doya fo yena e bolo serol kay nganya na meta doya fo bari bu kay bayila do ko wala de ni bebe ko kirin ke ba sise SIS Brikama ko Brikama SIS branch wala kanyinfo very poor educated boy and very poor family bara ko itul mu Usman so la boy la de SIS kono hanni la place o be tol nyato ite tul stand no ite lole tul nyato so woto tul be Usman so le SIS kono bara Gambian kol bayi tan dara ko atani Usman so be SIS la ke jo Usman so ka muro aka Gambian kol sunya Saudi Arabia la $11 million le so ñu audio do kote ke mbe murla kote ke UDP kol kan because sa en fulata politiko sanjano kono ando nyanta fula ñoyle politiko nyanta kala nyamen endo UDP nga ala tentu bake UDP kono sako UDP fondin kewlo insafo UDP be ndikon te UDP hana alifal hani la maljili kundalo be ala de maroto ala nako diele kana fa dindin kunda membe Gambia kono an membe be Gambia e bantala ñin strategy men bina fulale ka be bondale nyoto sa Gambia kono sa politiko mfutata sanjano ta ndum bele be politiko kala bari UDP politique patiol membe Gambia kono e mantara UDP kelendika Adam Barrow memman patio soto folo wole ko abe UDP taylor ba janjana kabe kula la UDP kan ala UDP kele jawaro dudu sano funta ko itol man jaw soto fo UDP so itol nyabe tilinde UDP la pour UDP kelende al nana mama kande mo ala platform oto abe UDP agence la al nana man GMC moy la platform oto ibe UDP agence la hali APRC fa bakar tombo njata ne rambo jata men ka keno APRC funding ko naati rectify lay ko Adam Barrow le mu presidential candidate wala ya jame bondi ya jame bota jang ya jame ni wala agreement no soto Adam Barrow le president ya woto nite ka fako ya jame Adam Barrow man kan na problem ote say i ko UDP wala mun to la problem ote APRC funding ko mo to understand for you APRC mo to understand bari neta men sute je ya je ko fa bakar tombo njata ni rambo ibe APRC wafu kuolto Adam Barrow ya ibe bo kangitore because funding ke kende balle be APRC kono jama men ya lon ko lumu ke kendo lete de kide wonen sembe do ya bukati na wole jote ya woto badi UDP ko be politiko tembo mento mbeka Adam Barrow le kende politique parti be Gambia kana mobe menu kun wol beka Adam le kelende ntol UDP fananka alamale kelende atlef atreya kankula ka be UDP tella be UDP janjanale ateta wulo kona jato fa aina wodi wulo la ayadomo mina woto le ñaar woto UDP ko lafta ñene la ko kabo bi october karo tel tang ane lulu 2019 UDP man fen soto ibe GMC agents la menna fona atala ko GMC attack ba ni GMC attack ye respondant ye dawor UDP man fen soto be GDC attack la menna alkane debate alkane question political strategy tamandi wato le sita endung UDP mantra state house woto GDC mantra UDP kelendi kan oppose kande UDP mantra state house woto GMC mantra UDP oppose kande UDP mantra state house woto doy mantra ñun oppose kan kadu ñun lal mu patio baluru ngol te Gambia kon woto UDP nga cling ni ikadiamu politiko la pour ka UDP le sembentu yandi Facebook to bang audio to bang radio station to bang kacha adlal to bang GDC bula kanema GMC bula kanema kana doyma ibula je ali ngata Adam Barrow noma itol fana mbebe Adam Barrow noma nge bula je doli ya siwol lipa doli ya tewol lipa doli ya daba ngol lipa nin tol nata ngata kankoro noma je moy bang ñine mu politique stratégie kuto te ngamen di yalla ngamera ale ñi moy du kala ale yakke ñi ñamen ko kuto al katu ñi ñamen ko kuto ale jiko sotonto ñamen ko kuto ale jiko sotonto ñi fananto nga tamandi te nga jube jande kar woro al bebina ko take al bina jebal la kar bay fa lol malti al ka sonto ñala na le to ñaaji rabaraka ha so badi wolo nga journaliste fulal la kacha moy journaliste muso journaliste keo ñin journaliste keo me ya fa kon aya ba kon aya dokolu kon aya wulu ñol kon branata America aye bo beto aman suudera fennon na fa fata man ta man fen fenke abijam fanan ni la tundo dingo membe nyin America banko kan jang wuli kutu tay lefta tala yirwa ko le la bank Gambia katela alifalu sindi bunya kono kon fanan da ande akol konnante ya akenin ya jammela mo falal bole ni woltate kefa ani journalist muso me yalon ko alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin akete nyaaw nyang abakile ngum mbabulu ay o topoto la aya fonkule aya bunyale aya shindi kule fanan anna bakete domor lade ye la kacha dole ke alambaro la koto adambaro felte nyamen totally ana Gambia put denje nyame yew be fa nyama bari journalist keo ye nyinin karo ke sa UDP dumbe nyaadi le yamira mosila UDP la pour ka banko di la bang wa UDP be damen to nya dame tolle mo siata memu problème oto je mosila no dabola le bari UDP supportalu wollel sangarata wollel kamolu neng ñi journalist fulo ye konnante yale soto journalist keo me ye ba wulula fulo to ana wulu nyolo to journalist muso me ya wulula topoto aya bunya aya sagal aya teranga anata ate fana nata ka molte me yalan ko amu menti amanya woto aboka nganya no wala nakata hada madimula ka bata bake hanna kata tonya mod I like Clinton and I could no doubt about it. For be for soma ni inabina tonya la bi UDP le sembo warta jang. Bari UDP supportalo sangatali ikamolel neng. Bay sankare nana kanendir sifalu memfo usenu dabona. Aliou Cissé ko jima Cissé birabero fankala Sheikh Baro ye nendir sifa menke o sheni dabola wona nyon jama nte fango bakata wala yen tenin Usain Dabo ni Adama Baro la nyokanne yen nende ni rinyala me yalon ko foy tata o dinno ares Gambia kon ina rabula ni ñunu ko UDP supportalu wol kamol le neng bari UDP ñaton ko wol bete atale han kabe ñunu mam pare ila jam fa kolla lefta UDP ñaton ko fanan ni UDP funding ko e ko man ko fatandi lale be ñine la ñi journalist fulo ni oje nata no jang 2012 13 14 ñol kono nana radio to leka dala dum wala ba ko mandi le radio to wato Skype ñol dule be kering oje be tin sanna man suma baye Gambia bu baax la ma baye loolu laa bëgg a baye suma doomi man Gambia jar na ma suma bakkan bari wato itul malong oje be mento itul la oje be mento no wala mo ñenti ka mol jutundi Usain Dabo la ka je ko Usain Dabo mu kejo tewol ka mol yitandi ka fanke mol ko atele mu ke fatimote Usain Dabo mu kejo tewol pour jama me Usain Dabo tambindi pour wol sobu Usain Dabo koma ye luwata koma bari maje a fangol tata fere mane siti me ya lon ko asa itandi tol raji bunton kolla men be tubabu dunu ngai journalist fulo ka itandi la ko nte quand même fale toñante bi inte parti ko fenke pour molie wakili ye fonte ya jammela luwalu safe men ya lon ko ima lafi wala banko kan ko yake inte parti kota a meeting kaka oje la bulla kono andi to ni journalist fulo membe diam kay ya be kalam tala because ani to lel belen kire wo wato bar wolu be jikirin ko oje be kala champion lati kanyi inte parti funding kewlu manoba bari tol ma lon ko wo wato oje ni Fatumata Tamba Jang wol be Usenu Dabola ejile track kan wolbe Usain Dabo age track kan kaje ko 2016 election Usain Dabo te lola no because ala age expert UDP la injama ba mba translate la mba transfer no pambulu nyaadile oje la idea if mo fulo be ñokay damal be ñoo jam fakan oje la idea mente wala mo ñente ka jube ka UDP kono crossé ya sute ko jimale se sayno Usain Dabo noto because ala age expert and UDP party obijen ate yamuta ko solo sanden no ini ya jamela be linkirne de ate oje ni Fatumata Tamba Jang yo Fatumata Tamba Jang fana ka fay ko mbatu nga yole oje ko to ngata Usain Dabo ya ngam fanka ko etel la musumonte ka etel la ñinin ke ka fay ko a lefta parti yola lola lefta ye douanier amandara parti lola a lefta Usain sa fay ko hani yani parti lola na joininte kan ba on tele expert ñinante lola no musa fo na parti mo le ngete londi ni itu Fatumata Tamba Jang ka fa ko bi ay ma merete bota place o mento Usain ñanta sayla wot ni adam ba kabe bon la wato mele ni Usain diam ta adama ya aba baylale bar sa mbiri adama be Usain bondi la jimala be diam la Usain pour akana Usain bondi jimala be diam la adama pour akana Usain bondi ila ko mo fela afania ya ta wot ni te ko ite bota place o mento Usain ma ñena sayla je because ite kelo mo Usain bar ya be kudeta kala wato men ay man sakunda men kudeta ite be o man sakunda kono do won ya yo man sakunda kudeta ay politiko banu Gambia fo sanju fula bira politiko yele fanan ay patio dol banu ila patio be wo patio kono PPP bar wo PPP alfalu NCP alfalu GPC GMA Asan Musa Kamara la patio be alfa lata nyokan ye patio e ko nga patio lo bari ta nyaaton ko nyini folo ye nyaaton ko nyini damon dam mo fu altate bendi Usain Dabo fe ite ko kelam Usain Dabo andu Usain Dabo hibri yu nyimmo le Usain Dabo je ya kera patio nyaaton ko andu ila pati nyolul moti wo sojarol yete laman sakunda kudeta foi dada Usain yale kay ko ye patio karafela nkontanta bawo yen tolle la man sakunda kudeta ntol fanan be lole ko mala ko la musolo yale mo sanji mu wanne fula o sanji mu wanne killing imo sanji mu wanne fula nyaw yala ko Usain na age expert yala wo luwa noron ko to nyin carte final 2006 na lola no itata je ke fanka ko ala muslim muti ka fay lefta patio lola we duete yala itata nyini ko Usain ye remplacer anoto yaje you are corruption minded corruption sondo mole bela because ite amera Usain be UDP kono men diata ya wala be kala ani abuka ke wonyama UDP ya jere congrès dula do nyin congrès tambila bilata parti congrès dula asita ko regular people be sirindame regular party men be sirindame because wolum place tabulu so ati sila non padio moto nyin keba la kalamu tar nyaabe tenne abe tenne woto ngamira ko Fatoumata Tamba Jang ate ka ferol men be kalabu ada kono usenda karola han ka ba tele ba fannondi kan ate ka buñanin koma miro men fo ate folo nyanta wo kala useni because usen natate lakkelo mart because usen mantan non PPP amantara PPP man sakunda kono dogol aba fansun dogol Fatoumata Tamba Jang PPP am PPP man sakunda kono dogol sojaro le PPP man sakunda coup d'état menu lafita o sojarolu bondi la je wala usenu ko nyaaton ko Fatoumata Tamba Jang manta ko yen keke fa salati mbato ngata lo akoma fo sanyi mo nem fen yo kana ka foko ndebota place o men to mamira ko usen na nyanta wata ka nde diwol fam usen ne to wayo so Gambia kolu ñing ci falle be banko kan ñing solo sandem falle ñing kolu be ñing Fatoumata Tamba Jang oje jallo itulle ni ya jamme be non do ko wala usen dabola expatale ci mal be saylano to ngaw ñine nga fere ke ngaw dum bulu kono itul na raje ko solo sandem nom Fatoumata Tamba Jang yole te kata usen dame ya kan kana parti lol la douane ite ne manta men na patriote ko ke momenti manta la patriote ite manta parti kilinto biri ya jamme PPP coup d'état ite te parti kilinto ite ne manta la parti kilinto foka to ko bit ite mo Gambia den sifaji mati woto ite la Gambia bon la nyaadi le kato coalition ite mo organize dembo baye force le samanan keke ko keat mulka kodo men be ki man sonna spend campaign kun because president lota ako campaign be ni al sakete dawda tele ka kodo bonde e kana tele kan bari man kuliye fem fode and wasa ken o toñatele because sumbale moti Fatoumata Tamba Jang woto Gambian ko do Ousainou Dabo wala mo politicien forot anala timo wolle be politiko ke kam pour ka Gambia la soma nyima nyini ka samanan ka Gambia nen dunia la banku nyaton ko do men yalla ko be dunia nyakuto koto ka Gambia sawra nyoya walla wala mo UDP ani Ousainou Dabo na la timoti ntele nga jato fa ntele nga sise o fa jato ne sise o ka fa nyamen imankiliya par wolbe be bon la nyoto la outside dalilo sorta so bari Gambian ko han ka be kamen faale don wato don dalil kutole kanal Gambian ko kan dalilo me yaat lon ko han ka be Gambian ko se sembeno fanan nale pour ka fa alambaro be dan na sanji sabol la alambaro men ko iseke danote folo ko menu fatiyata kunu ani menu joteyata kunu menu joteyata walla ko bi to lebe fatiyala kunu menu fatiyata wole joteya biya ko ta kerano ako lano sita de mo la wulo kono ay jato kelenda ay jato fa ay nawo subo di wulo le ya dama bari yalon ama mande ka kango moyi killing abuka duniya la kolu jube kata nyame subu kore kude wola filo jama wulo ka shika wara nyankumo sano buka fili wola wulo kan wara nyankumo kodo buka fili wola wulo kan wara nyankumo dondi ko waran kurto o moto waran machine ma fole shuo yunu dodo buka fili wola wulo kan wara nyankumo bar subu kere kude wo jama na fuleta wulo wara nyankumo yela beon kanate yalla ndi ma busu fulo a filita jama jama kala wulol le kan because wolle sa koronto no nyam ko moto be am mburon koronto la no sai Gambia ko TRRC Gambia ala Gambia harje TRRC fulal bari ñin TRRC do membe Gambia kono molu kata men banta bato katela kole ya kol foje isula kol foje wo TRRC dulato kullo wanyarta je kullo me yaytande ko adam baro ka temuke kendol ta tele jato fa ando jato fara muro han kadi wo bate bolle ende atete jalo fala aya samanan ayo subodi wulo la woli odom ewo baade Gambiankolo adam baro je jata furo men samanale nali ya korosa kungol be tente nga singol be katren bara man kana tay wo jato faadula to muru mamma be je muzu furo wala muzul buka kana terek baade Gambiankolo ñin jato men adam baro ka fako atele a fa nimuro la atete wo subo di la wulol la enda yo fa nimuro men na babule adam baro ma han sise tiyo wutu sako ka sise ofa sise tiyo ama wutu ka sise of sako ka sise ofa adam baro ñu musol la jata furewol la musol e jato le fa ima fa nin kidila ima fa ni murula doko fitarango samato adam ba wala mininta jato feñola fatu da boy jato li paku doko la kunut jato sirata yama dabo usen dabo dingo way fitarango ta aka jato li pa ñaata binte ñaabali yesamata siŋota aka jato lipa nuŋoto fo ye jato fa bari ñunu be yin jato lipa la waato men na wo waato lamin cambe kamoto lamin cam mabo kamoto adam bay lamin cam mabo kamo kono ay adam baro dundi tabul ba koto yaron usen dawo la le self container la waño ma fon tabul bala katraje me yaron ko e ka bolol londi wol kan tabul te nibe tabli bal la ten ya dundi o tabul ko te tabul fano fene akan e tabul fano fene akan abe tabul ko so adam ba tata fa dabo ni yama dabo ni binta binta ñaabal taraje ibe jato lipala fa dabo ba lipala dokola yama dabo ba lipala fitarangola binta ñaabal ba lipala samatola adam ba fanam mininta jato feñola ka saba koma abuka kidino ñunu kan fa boyta fata so ñun wol musol bota wolto ko mbato ta kewul ñin nang wolé na buso wol data o ke ñino la adam baro fundita tabulo ko ay ñu jato la ana tata abuso balo ani lami cham aka ko mole ko nga jato fa ngo bari ngam yankol ya ali adam baro je daw dala fa adam bañul bañul kanade fa dabo be kam faare mbake ando bintay ñaabale binta ñaabale fa be kam faare ne ala fay ko min be sulari la jato la le Gambien ko yara fanyi man jato fanyi be ma borin tabulo ko endu ya fanya fango ñun be o ñun sojarol ñun ni sojarol be o ñone wala datu wato menna ate be o tabulo ko to sen daw me mari wol men beje wol ya je tabulo ko bar wol ya mere ko ibe ñoma bo tulungol la tay ñon dindi wolum wol kata ka tabul falo wulinde ka fa suru ka no hulli bot ko mangol ka hole tille ba nya fete so ni tabul falo wulinde kay hulli bot because a nyakulol warata la ka kumbo ka mera wol ba wa nyar la wodado watra adam bañol ni ñul be ñola dato a katile jato fa jato fa min do tabulo ko anu menna da kala bira bola tabulo ko pute ebe polo bodi ba melore te tabulo ka ako da ke tabulo la wo ebe be bonda ko ga tabulo ko do president ngaya ada baro ke tabulo ko do president ko lete akoy ta fer yara fite man hani kunta dasiro ite mo wala fa kan kuda bero ima fa yara fa musolle jato fayti wolle le jata fure sunya ite jata sun ite jata fure sun iko jato fa amro menale ya bere ba do tabulo ko dindi wol ke yofi yalla ni o dindi wol ya yofi wol kay ko libot aka ya kolombo ame tabulo ko la mi jawo mo mo le ora ga sita ka modaga pour ni so jaro na raza mo ende be kamol to kabe kulu sudo ngo binda nyamali ye kulote tach ha so arambaro iko e jata jimale fa ya iko ya famuro mena be bulu fo so me samuro fundindino ya GRTC ya ta television la bang ya ita diga be golete jato baben bare adamba video ba bulle de brabe ñoo la tabulo ko ay e wano una alaka usenda wala kelo le kae yara fa yete mabo usenda bola koba dato tabulo membe lorenje o tabul fan naylon tabul fano i alamba yete nyuka wolda tabul fano muri kanje la men chabu montro wati woro wula be kamo kono e kamo da wa ma wata wata ka fo nyinda de mun woto man montro wati woro wula wala na buka dia una ate tele fa kankoro fetende sai wala na mo buka dia ko moy Gambia ngolo muna man koy ko adam baro man sise o faaba adam baro la musol yalla na bir ko yara fa ñi hani sise tiwa ma wuto ñi menu tabulo la ko to ku ca yelo solo doga ka jetta bir waji dala to tabulo dinol ka yo fi ka fa hulli bot nya fete tiliba anu bari Gambia ngolo ñi manda ñi na yara fan ñi nawo coalition presidential candidate yael ñi campagne wato ngamoy ni be la dawo da nata simanta kinu aka kunu na fa ka nya fete a be la don 2 minutes wakata kirinto ko ma sa xew xal edo jama ni musul bañol le ke la ngamoy musul ba wala ka timpal lepp adam baro man tara sino watito mol bi ne tek la president ne tek sino te ngani mol me la folo wa gamba musol ba bina ki jobola atimpa samara si wala kolon bum na ekren document ala baro ite mol men bete blon na ka ala baro ya jami agency ite ka sino ten fo me sino watol mol be laari be mira la muna nyanta kala no ite kati la ite men kala nyaado ko de kala ngama musol ba ki yobo campagne sino kan wala musol ba la dina yin ciawta yara fa musol ba la ki yobo campagne la ngama ko ati pa sama si wala nay keren do commencer bum wala yo do gore so gamel ko kala ajire yara fa fendel do bulo tabul ko do president wala mu ay walende adam baro fala se tengereng iman tengereng fulo ni octobre konton mo haydaralete ni octobre konton mo haydaralete bani kuraysin bani hasminka hani kane kundato kano men fatayata je mandin kol ya to lay ka fa feren tanko atele mesi ata kano bede bani ya tay dakono ni ya tay dakono idula bele ka kuma karabanjiyol kono karabanji dima mu karabanji kaba mesoŋolte sirifu ndiŋo man ka feyaraŋote sako sirifu di ndiŋo october haydara nkay october haydara fele loreŋ ila dudu sano a bonsun kilinna man kay bara kelo kalamuta même be mbaye kay bara kelo perform ay wala ma kay bara kelo la ataka ma fa ka tayla la kasino ka nga wuru kam moy foni me kay bara kelo kankula ite bukata foni meti wala ka ni tata foni meti wala man ta kay bara kelo la kay bara kelo be do mole ma kalamuta bane kuraytin bane hasumanka bani kuresa anin bani hasimenka ni ya moy kar musrifol ti bar dindi wala mo anama wulu ayata fa ba madam mala budu bar menna ta na ta ya fa ayata tara fa bula wo fananta ta ayo fananta aya lafa fa kan wo mo hydralati o mo hydralati hanna ba nyala sino se bala hanna be sino la aseje october haydara bari badi ngamben ko jutna jamal be tarara haydara kunda nyin october karo janni ba fula bile ma tiltan so banin kilimote du ya jamal be talale na karola amambang a jama be nyato october haydara kar musrifu dinolte mo wuluti lolte sirfo men sa sirfu kemetra siring tan nano be mama afa ma fula mollet tan sabani lulo be ma koto ma fula mollet muani lulo ma fula mollet asafo alla sirfu ya mambala wala ala nga du nyimbun kono ye isanso ye dasoro ye isanso bon nyimbun ka ya mala mona na ma muta fe han kabe haydra bani kuresanin bani hasiminka alay mario siye nyame niye jo ya siya o nyamano mol se badal dunia kono dol sa mera ala fulal be keren bani kuresanin bani hasiminka haydra ye fengo fem fonya abele be laari nyakoto ko wala wala tana nyin no october karo kontongo haydra october haydra lo mo nyente Gambian kolo asekoy
assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh mane jonkende fala UDP political bureau forum be mol be kontona groupe o kono jang alpha ba kontona baga trawale tramaga tramaga ela bi kajade o kumara bak fulanjo fanan ye mol fa jelo lat jata fo e cigala duniya lon sate bati de yalon kudo biji harmadi ne be dunna kono isi agelo to baki Gambia bankundinde mati adun wala nande musol Gambia na UDP musol fon de ke bulo mu dala nga wili ni santu musival ben dol bulu wallahi to nyabe damin do wala musuda da fale wol buka kaci momo UDP la ñu musol lon ka bring wato mo na UDP commencé ta 96 election o ye musol je e fon ka lo ne tonya ñim parti mo parti barka malti way wala nani mo kalo ka fo mo le ko ha sanji jole be banko ni ne sanji mo ni e ndol na nga so easily mo le la fe min be do ku UDP le president baro bondi ya jame bondi naje bi baro ba fala ko president baro United Democratic Party lem wala ka findi luwolo aka Sénégal wala na mo si hormo so de buña so de mol horoma soko musolu dañu bari musolu ye niyola la pour Gambia sibo itul man na wol jo fenna foka wol doya ni miran no gon jaay ñole bata mi nge UDP kono weta state house pour que president baroje la min jam ñol biji iko ka kundu wol ñaato ñi lamira ñi betel watila min jam ñol yamira o betel watila le ba du sano ñol be wurla ko jaay ñol li lo ta daminto muna ñu du sano ñol e be jelale ba ñu musolu na Mandela na Winnie Mandela beji kalma robru sono ñi le president baro bon ya jame bondi Gambia bari on al dolbe lo ndami as UDP al nga muta bambang ñi ala sonta abe koylal ite na opportunity min boko ñu opportunity bre usenda bo muta musole tesiti kaje ko atekela jannabe muta la fam 96 election on doltra Gambia ngalo ne mimbe kere wo musol ni lo jata ni lo bata be idunda problem on kono manza kunda nyanda lola wolle bi kela jata kende asabatindi bari nakaro nin tilim baliya albe sirin albe balula mol yelola atali amera o batal watilal atal watila al se kujal nyala min joyata kadum alate sinola fola sal wañarde wolum alka problème on le fes anu nin kuma ka lafale so nin foño mal ma foño min be fe kan wo matul ma o de salon katale balde de mbal be konton na falan sonko nge konton sta mariama nyol solo dembo nyolu be defense minister konton na kunu ngala kajamwe be atodum ba faldi non konton na ala ngam be dami jelam de ngamuta bambang United Democratic Party diun ibe taku kan trawale mum fo wala jede be political sambe dami ndunda filo kono be karo dafla ndol ni mule majo soto wala youth movement kadi to lago be ndala parti telale ikom itol muitel jawoleti ndol ma fay en jawolle mitide ndol ko ni tema as political be caring ni political soto nganyo si awala because fenne be caring mole baraka pour ka banko le bondi to ka be mo la banko dundila ndol ni be nyora wala bari as UDP e mammoje ka fu karlon ndol jawoti fenne be caring mimbe ko banko ndol lafta ko le bondi anda betel le bulo kono e ba sabaka dulado man la fayata dami andu banko nyin soto nya alata ko la UDP le wala na nga right soto mo pour ni jakarlo ga nyati ni nyola anu inshallah na kelo nyim ba gagné la min ko la dañu kelo di ngola gagné min momo 96 election o kalamata Gambia kono bat ko la asifa min ka wala ka silo son molma ni momo e sumo wala bi e si pare da dura musol aji bedro musol le ni ko mo musol meta derine yalo ko sanzandi mboloma ni mema kanam ma ni musolu amanke ko ibide mo la hajil be kam fare ne yuri fin ko lem ni meta derine ibu ka femfo because yalo ne ko politiko mananya na kanyo sonfo ibe derin hay bari ñinin karole futatema anun gombe to nyaale fasa kan faya fo min keta non den to lañu musolu wol manke musuda fe malti de ye ku jamale long campagne kono min keta e ma fa don ko president baro en de la keba bayla ni ko atale alim fana findinga ko mol fama hani mo kede TRRC lebe loring ado anata ko tonya ha iko pour ka tonya sabati so tonya dun de sabat la foy diam ha ko truth and reconciliation sa ni ko mole findi diam kula mi alon ko be kere yalla foy findi la nyanto min kata yafo nyene be kere so ibe modol moylal because be nyamin bi ibe dol moylal ha UDP golle be kambar anun TRRC use daba fonda rajel na alpha bani ha the party leader atata jele addiamu taji ni atara ko ma ko bandi je fo amere bitale tisa so wala nyil sindi je andi raiso de la kataje ka diamu min kata UDP la yalo e ko mobele bara Gambia bara ko dal de ni mobe bara bar UDP bara mi ge Gambia mo mak yetelle muta ye soron ye fa ye kol be kela namol be lanjourne borol ni namol man sacrifice pour que la ñoo kan ka kono bondi ka démarro ñu la jara ken da fam problème ha sukay hayda ay sukay dahaba ni ngam mirala wol benum kende ara ñami bi jube no ko jaay ñol foñilte UDP diun lat président baro le anala mol la na ma diun si isa kata tiling ika kubo fa min be kering ñul la kata ku ani la batada ani la effort mu yalla yake wala atina be state hospital bi je ba injola be sugunun tulu jabani pompiter do mala en dusano ka kata lo kata kala keke ndele tandi lu min nani mbekela dusano le ngabra ta jikita mun la nyabe wala la ko le borre du nata blol ko to adam baye den kilo la janne a misalo la fa dro e kamvara e ko muso traité ni muso jambaro e ko ka traité kabri a jambe be Gambia amantul lamul silence no yaaje ni yaaje me keloke nga ñu nga kirim baso min be kala yaaje me ka ben dol den la man den no because UDP la ka yaaje me sonf ah solo sandeng na lota santo abe diamola femi Peter Seragunda how many times yamudo ke bani mudata wati sinya jolle la ibala ke ba jube ka fo ko munana wo wakatu politique wala la ay min suute ya jamita kolof ha na alfa ba atodum singul nyas so politiko ndolla kata dam fo ndolla mole kata dam fo no le de diamo mansi nimbe mu wati ni ka kuma dandam fo do ne diamo sita man president baro fo de bar momo nakita le te diam no la Gambia ko de be politiko le kala ye mole filo be level ye ba hama grass ki ye fa be lokunda ye karo dandi si ngoro ko dafu ko karmena football yele la ngam si fal na nyinde ena karo dafu si nyagali ko ata poso ko no ko kare karo dam bono la wala be keren tak penalty goal ki parti ite ya mai si ona tap ata poso ko no wala nyint bara be ko la le roda bagare mu photo nyalam de ah GMC mu patilati ñil be mu patilati ndol nga rasuro nganna patile difen momo endol man sima wala soara ni man dol ma nga continue na politiko la ngata kunne ne ala sonda UDP be Gambia maralale because it la kata dam boni senata ñi ñata ande bu galam ñoo baramo la fi lo kon abe ko lal de ñaba be la lo ditol ko ben dol la mol silence la ibe kulta la yelan do la mol kan abe ko lal pat kamara ni panderi ñolu wolu yalo ne min be kerin si farra fansila le mi tani nakar lalu bari yalo ne bi momo be tonyalo no ma Gambia ko yalo ne ko UDP wala be politiko la min senata adu tele be lokunding e ka kuma faram fo mi yalo ka sikeno yalo ka fa ni moloda ay nendi ato benyingala wote politiko mo mundi e ka kuma da fa risinol nati nan e dalilol nati anu kuma se dulato min keta mo be nyanta sobila ko UDP len government nyanta abe succeed la Gambia la because ye effort mo ke nyata president Barrow nying sonte la idea la bi atara Gambia be lora simfulo bari tamam bata e ko bena na fulo tala ka kafu nyoma 500 be ke millionaire UDP ko wala ma nyana la dolla nyaron gol ko as far as bankole kumara ala nga effort ke ka banko londa simfulo la nyaawol jele so taman serol finditale Talib Ahmad Ben Suda Muntola product afelenti Rohim Malik Lo UDP la product le manda jibe Ahmad Sana la ala alo watin dum finance ay minkije president Barrow awlo ne de Hussein Dabo la kataku ko do min dun Gambia kono president Barrow fana lo ne so ale nga kata dron ngana lo la van kana song mo min bendol distract lan kana swanga politically UDP kata kunne ibita ku kanne de mol min kay kanne ndiro ke kanyine ke kumola bande da kon yene mobe football la ana rakaro kara bolo sko na barara ka fole e jinga mol baramal wala be kerin sai ni ko ba dibla ke baramal because already ade alon ne sai ya dat ne UDP bolo nyam imam koronto imaje kebal na man ganin account Hussein Dabo nyola dia mansiao but dinul ani mol mi alon ko kilin ila kumol okay baramale so be jakal lin ñun kumol mi ka findi tan aka president barande abato aba damage kan amamira ñimbe folale
assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh mane jonkende fala for momolo arsama kewo iko bakari bika yem fajirol yalo ke jote aka kuma kangul le fo menu manki ala ke baroti ke fatingo buka diam kurungo fo abuka fasi kumol fo abuka baku kumol fo ke fatingo be ole nyama nteke mbe Gambia musol tentula bakele imeta loring ka Gambia bondi mbe ala danila ye continue ola Gambia musol tonya yi wakiltale de mo fo ye faniya fo ke wolu be jede wakilta bar musol wakilta bakele ala kata hanin kabi atel le tamu kordalti atel le tamu bankoti kato aldingol le ka ba aldingol le be banko kan itel le be banko e bantala mo kilin kanana ka fo ba alla dingol la nyanto sisila mbebe ole kono ke woni musobe barnal to tambita nyato wallahi hani ke furingo ibabula lalno male liko bakari yen fajelo la bi abe ole nyama yalo kadiamu ani ke baro yi manke kilinti dobe deri wala ke baro ani menka diamu ite kala kilinti alunga ta dora bebe sene ala de assalamu alaikum